It's fucking. It's a banger, bro.
Yeah.
It's Clarence Carter made you know the whole name of this song. I can't think of the song that you know. Is it Christmas in Hollis? You know the beat.
Maybe.
They sampled that from one of his songs.
By the way, this is now the after show. We just keep rolling whatever we break down because we need more content. It's for our Patreon.
That's cool. You're gonna listen to Stroke and that's weird.
Yeah. So we're gonna get
on
Patreon.
Yeah, and later in the song, a cop comes and he knocks on the window and he's like, the cop's like, "What you doing?" He's like, he looks at me, he's like, "I'm stroking." I'm like, what?
Oh, he's a villain.
He's a hero.
Did you text Cass?
The name of the song is Backdoor Santa, I think.
I don't like that. Backdoor Santa is a villain for sure.
Not everyone can have a chimney.
Not everybody can have a chimney.
Sometimes Santa's gotta come through the back door.
That sounds like a... What? Sounds like a euphemism.
Probably is. It's the man who needs stroking.
This is what we listen to at this chicken.
I
I mean, we've been doing kind of.
Hey, I don't know if we're allowed to speak on this.
Huh?
Is it dead?
What is sugar?
Yeah.
Oh, I still have some jobs.
He told me it was closing.
Oh no, we're good.
Okay.
They said we were fine. I guess.
It's not closing.
What?
Its sugar isn't closing.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for now.
Playing bankruptcy?
Oh, they still did file it.
Yeah.
We're fine for now.
They won't be paying us, but we're still open.
I don't know. I don't think they're going to. I think if they do close, it won't be after Christmas. But I think they haven't closed any stores yet. Yeah.
No, don't feel like you have to leave or anything. We're not
I was just trying to help.
pushing you out.
I don't know what to do. I'm gonna
just-
sit there. That shit's expensive, probably.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna just sit
You're
down.
the guest, man. And frankly, who'd have guessed it?
I'm glad you came through.
Yeah.
I did. I said I was coming, bro. I just had to. This fucking chemistry.
Solomon was saying, and he got me convinced. He goes, he's not coming.
Damn! I was just. It was that chemistry, bro. That shit was something serious. I didn't know it. Oh man.
Wait, why am I doing this?
I should have said it. I've been watching like a lot of. Well, I guess it's very specific genre. I added a few shows, like I don't know how to describe it. Like Magical Girl.
Oh yeah.
But like, I don't know how to. What's the word I'm looking for? Not like traditional. Like it's some like dark twist or some shit.
Oh, the Madoka one.
Kind of like that.
Okay,
I've watched Madoka, but like it's in that sense of like
But it's like the anti-magical girl.
Yeah, they're like magical girl, but like something like the latest one. It was like okay, they're magical girls, they're fighting, but like every time they use their powers, they become like more disabled.
What the?
Yeah, like so like one girl like in this each one of them something different happens. One girl loses sight in her left eye, another girl loses her hearing, another girl loses her taste. One girl can't walk anymore. I was like, damn, they just said fuck you, huh? Like everybody else is like, okay, you can't taste, you can't smell, you can't walk anymore. Like damn. Like okay.
Can you undo that one and put it in just the cage for it? I mean.
My phone. Yeah. Solomon doesn't want to come work with us anymore. I offered him a job. He was like, no.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But he does seem like a giant loser. I don't know why you would hire him. He seems like frankly, a huge jerk and a big butt head.
I think you're bitter just about this whole EP thing.
They're not dropping it.
I'm not bitter for something that's not happening.
They're not gonna drop it.
I think it's gonna happen. I'm confident because I'm confident.
just to spite me.
Yeah, to spite you.
I just think that you've never tried to make Solomon produce music.
I haven't. You're right, I haven't. But I think we can do it. We can make it happen. I got enough stuff lying around that I can just send him that he can make actually sound good.
Make music. You can't even get Solomon to do a podcast, bro. He's come through. What?
It's so funny because he says the same thing about you right before we started.
I mean, what? That does. Okay. This man has, every time he's been like, okay, let's have come through, I've been there. All like 2 times, 3 times? I'm going to be late, but I'm going to be there.
At some point, the podcast will be recorded.
At some point.
Yeah. Solomon, on the other hand, is always there and leaves early.
Last week he showed up during the episode and then left again.
Yeah,
he showed up just to ask one question and then left.
He shows up and goes, since when is the podcast on Wednesdays? Like every week. He asked the Thanksgiving question, and then it was like, all right, I'm out of here.
Hey, Bachelor to watch.
The Bachelor.
Yeah, he's got to go watch The Bachelor. Even though it's recorded. That was insane to me. Wow. She's like, I gotta avoid the spoilers. Like, they're all see you in the next 20 minutes?
They're all over the internet. She's already been avoiding them for 2 days. I'm pretty sure Bachelor airs on Monday.
Yeah, so I'm saying, what's the difference?
Like, what do you mean avoid spoilers?
2 days
Like, how hard is that? I still haven't actually been spoiled on like The Last of Us.
That's crazy.
I still haven't.
That's pretty crazy.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what happens.
Yeah, that's how I was before I heard it.
I somehow haven't been spoiled on Fargo.
That's crazy. Well, that's not that crazy. What, spoilers for Fargo? Yeah, what's crazy means you haven't been spoiled on the Sopranos thing. That's why.
Yeah, but so the Sopranos or Lost. I don't know what the end of Lost is either.
I don't even know what it is. I just know people aren't satisfied with it.
Isn't that hard to not be spoiled on things?
Yeah,
I mean, in my opinion.
I think it's just like if you surround yourself with like okay, well, like I like this show, so I'm gonna be part of the fandom, but you haven't finished the show yet. Then everybody talks about it. Yeah. Just don't follow people on Twitter.
I don't. I still get the spoilers. I don't.
I think the only thing I've seen you tweet was you live tweeted some movie.
I live tweeted Babe. That was like last year. Or no, it was this year, Babe.
That was recently. That was like maybe 4 months ago.
It was when I was watching all the George Miller movies. I still didn't even watch all. I missed Lorenzo's Oil.
George Miller directed Babe?
Well, he wrote the first Babe. He was supposed to direct it, and then he got mad that he did it, and like started like being like, "Well, it's actually I'm the one who." It's actually kind of I'm responsible for this nearly winning Best Picture, or at least getting nominated. That was nominated for Best Picture. That's crazy.
That's insane.
He did the second one though. He did Babe Pig in the City. Is super.
George.
Yes, he wrote both of them.
That's nuts.
The first one's based on a book, but
I mean, I know the book.
But yeah, he wrote the first one and like pretty much executive produced the first one. But he let this guy Chris Noonan direct it.
Mad Max.
Yes, of Mad Max. His movies are the first 3 Mad Maxes, Lorenzo's Oil, Babe, Pig in the City, then both Happy Feet movies.
George Miller directed Happy Feet?
He wrote and directed Happy Feet. That's his only Oscars for Happy Feet.
That's insane.
Or at least his first Oscar was for Happy Feet.
So he's an Oscar now for Fury Road.
I think he got technicals. I mean, that won technical awards, but I think the only one he's won personally is.
Did he not win Best Director for Fury Road?
I don't think he won Best Director. That would be crazy. I don't think they gave it to. They usually don't get that to the people who don't win Best Picture.
They do.
They don't usually do it.
I feel like they do. I feel like it's a 50-50 chance or something.
I feel like more often than not they give it to the same person who wins Best Picture. Most of the time. Most of the time. It's definitely not always.
Sorry that we're completely on another set topic now. Didn't mean to.
No, y'all straight, bro. Y'all good.
Anyway, yeah, that's the last time I was on Twitter was to live tweet Babe. Because that movie, kind of weird. The movie about talking animals,
kind of weird.
Kind of weird. And where was the bio lizard? I don't know. Maybe the bio lizard. That shit sucked though. I thought I liked the bio lizard until we got to replay him today, and then I realized I hate this.
I guess I've never beaten Sonic Adventure 2. I have it at home on Steam. I bought it again. It was like $1.50, and I was
That's why we bought it.
I was like, oh shit! I gotta get it. And then like I started playing it, and I was like, this game feels like it came out 15 years ago.
It does.
Well, I hate to break it to you, it came out 20 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Kingdom Hearts feels okay still.
Kingdom Hearts is trash. I just played it like last month.
Really? I'm playing it right now.
That is a game.
I'm playing it right now.
That is a game where I got maybe 40 minutes into that game and I went, why the fuck would I keep playing this?
That's how I felt, but I was also playing it as like
It's gonna get better.
I was older when I played that. I was like, I just don't think this is ever gonna do it for me anymore.
No, that's the thing.
I played the Game Boy one weirdly.
Yeah.
I liked the Game Boy Advance one.
No, that's the thing. This was a month ago when I said that. Or maybe I guess probably 2 months ago.
It gets better, like combat wise.
People tell me that about every video game, and it's never been true.
It's not like nothing groundbreaking, but I mean, like I bought it because it was all of them for $30.
I mean,
every single.
Well, I
all of them.
Huh?
Have you played all of them?
Oh no, I've never played. This is my first time.
Your first time?
Yeah, this is my I'm playing Kingdom Hearts
Interesting.
1 because I was an. I guess I was technically an Xbox kid, so I didn't like. I had a PlayStation 1. That was my dad's, and then he gave it up. Then I got a PlayStation 2, and the only games I remember playing on it is Spyro.
That's honestly the best game to.
And Crash, Spyro and Crash. That's the only 2 games, and Sonic Adventure 2. Those are the only games I remember.
On
PlayStation 2. Yeah, it came out on.
Sonic Adventure 2 was on PlayStation 2.
Yep, it was on the Dreamcast and PlayStation 2.
That's on GameCube. I mean,
it got re-released. Whenever they did it for the GameCube, they put it on PlayStation.
I think it was on PlayStation as well. I thought it was just on Nintendo. That's weird.
That full
Yeah.
console push.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mine's less about Kingdom Hearts and more about. I don't think I've ever played a video game where it started bad and somebody goes, it gets better, and I found it to be true. Like, I've never had that experience.
Oh, I thought we were just talking about combat, like controls.
Oh, no.
The story is, I don't know.
I thought the story was, like, weird, but I was like, I've watched enough anime that doesn't throw me off.
They're just trying to get some princesses or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing right now.
A Game Boy game was. I could not understand a lick of what they were trying to fucking tell me.
You kind of jumped in the middle, I guess.
I didn't know that was. I don't know. I didn't know it would be weird to start from that one. But I was also younger and didn't even really understand the entire canon of those games.
To be fair, I think that everybody I've talked to, even people who are fans of it, if you're like, tell me the story, they're like, dude, it's not worth it. There's a great Brian David Gilbert video where he tries to put all the Kingdom Hearts games in chronological order, but also including, I think he says like including spin-offs or something.
Like the DS game, like Dream Drop Distance or whatever.
Well, just like also the fact that it's like the Disney universe, so he's like,
oh no.
but it is great because he talks about like he gets like he's like some of this stuff is like not even explained, so he's like pulling from fan wikis, and he's like so actually Xehanort is not the nobody, but it is the anti-person of, and he's like, it's just like so anti-person. It's like he's actually, it's the thing is like he does a lot of videos where he like overextends canon and he like makes it a joke. This one was like him seriously just trying to explain the story, and it sounds like a parody. You're like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? What do? You know, Kingdom Hearts.
I just assumed it was Kingdom Hearts. And I was right.
Yeah.
I don't even know Kingdom Hearts. I just know it's fucking convoluted as fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, it makes no goddamn sense. But yeah, so I didn't like playing that game. I thought it felt weird. Which I mean, maybe it's just because it feels like a PlayStation 2 game. But
it's kind of starts to not like. It still feels like a PlayStation 2 game, but it starts feeling a little better. Like my friend was like, "Dog, don't even play the first one. It's terrible." They say it feels a lot better at least. So I was like explaining the story to me. He was like, "I can't just play the game." Yeah. And it was like, and then at the end of it, you probably still won't know what's going on.
Again, it probably is one of those things where it's like, it's like almost better to like if you want to know the story but you don't want to play the game, just watch it.
Yeah. Because I guess I've never actually played any Final Fantasy games. Like, not one.
Dude, I don't know. Unpopular opinion. I've never liked a Final Fantasy game.
Okay.
Ever.
We talked about that. I think the text cast for me to think of.
Yeah. Like, I bought 15, and I've had it for a year, and I've yet
to... Is that the one with, like, you're in the car and stuff with all
Yeah. I just haven't played it yet. It's just been sitting there, and I look at it, I'm like, oh, I can play that, and I'm like...
What I've seen from that...
Let's go buy Kingdom Hearts.
It looks cool, but I'm just like, I don't know if I'd even enjoy this, though. I don't know.
Which, are you talking about the remake?
15.
15.
Oh,
15.
Yeah.
They announced 16, I think, earlier this year.
Yeah. They still gotta finish the remake, since I know that's like part 1 of like.
Oh,
3.
Yeah. What games am I looking forward to, man? Persona 6.
Wait, hold on. I actually need you to weigh in on something because I was trying to explain it earlier, and you know way more about anime than me.
Oh yeah.
Can you explain Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D to Grant?
Okay, yeah. As we were talking about Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay, you ready? Going fast makes me feel alive. My heart beats in hyperdrive. That's Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D. Okay. Congratulations.
Okay, did they ever add like a ball kind of mechanic?
That's
like,
Bakugan.
I know, that's what I keep picturing Bakugan, but for some reason I thought when they went to the academy they added like little toy things.
I don't remember that.
I might just be conflating the two of them.
Bakugan Battle Brawlers. Mr. Hotshot himself, Shun. I'm trying to think of the little intro for like that they showed. I remember the song. Why do I remember that fucking song?
GX. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is the Academy one.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's probably the one I watched also.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Gex?
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Gex.
That would be awesome. I would love that.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Bubsy.
I also said I wanted a Gex RPG earlier, so.
Just don't let him look at your Blue Eyes White Dragon. What could possibly go wrong?
I would love to see a Yu-Gi-Oh! battle between Gex and Bubsy.
Aren't these developers so wonderful?
Are you taking this one off or are you leaving it there?
Just leave it there. I'm just moving the chair.
You know the fucking line in Bubsy 3D where it's like, oh look, an arrow! I was playing Oblivion earlier, I found an arrow, and that just immediately came in my mind. I was like, I want to add that to the game where I pick up an arrow. Oh look!
Every time
I pick up an arrow.
I honestly prefer that to arrow in the knee.
They don't say that often though, I feel like.
No, this is Oblivion.
But I'm saying if it was at the same frequency, I'd prefer, oh look, arrow.
I hear you never should have come here way more than I hear the arrow in the knee one.
That's true too.
I love the line for Bubsy where he's just like, what's platforming without some platforms? That one sticks in my head a lot anytime I'm playing a platform.
They're all just great.
It's great. It's one of our greatest characters.
I'm glad they brought him back.
We need more of him, honestly. Why isn't he in Smash?
What was it they did with Bubsy not too long?
Did you?
They did like a museum exhibit thing where he was like walking around.
No,
Did you see the thing where the Bubsy Twitter account? I think maybe it was photoshopped, honestly, where there was the announcement of like we got big things coming, and Bubsy retweeted it. He's like, "Put me in, you cowards."
On Smash.
Yeah.
I wish that'd be awesome.
Put Conquer in Smash.
That would be sick.
We already got Banjo.
It's true.
Yeah, tell Solomon Cass is on the way.
Charles. We should have gotten this on the pod actually, but best anime opening songs.
Oh, I gotta think about that.
Like, open just the song itself?
Well, I mean, we can talk about the openings themselves too, but I mean, usually just the ones that you can like listen to without even watching those.
Okay, the first thing that popped.
Nichijou opening is the best.
Which one?
Nichijou?
I've never seen Nichijou.
It's called Classic.
I have to look it up at the very least.
It's my favorite anime.
Dude, that's tough. There is
Really? That's your favorite? I should have.
What did you say your favorite is?
Nichijou.
Oh yeah. You told me that.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite. It's up there. I have to, even though it's essentially the same show but reversed. Daily Life of High School Boys.
I've been meaning to watch that too.
It's Nichijou but boys. That's all it is. It's pretty.
Yeah, I had all the manga. I moved them not too long ago. But,
Yeah.
That guy's new manga, City, is like better.
Really?
It's so fucking funny. Cause it takes the same humor from Nichijou and it kind of abandons the 4-panel method, and it's just great. It's just shit happening.
I want to say this is the one I think is killer. I mean, No Boy No Cry from Naruto is really good.
Pretty good.
I'll switch up halfway through.
No Boy No Cry, 1, 2, 3, go.
Which one?
Shorin Yo. Also the
Sorry, which theme was that? I'm sorry.
No Boy No Cry from Naruto.
Okay.
Oh my
One of
god.
my uncle who I told you about, my Jewish uncle who's super into anime and Naruto. The one he really liked was the Fighting Dreamers one. I don't know
That one's one of my least favorite
Well,
ones.
it's the one he had on his like iPod Classic. He's like, you gotta hear that.
That's really
It was crazy. This is like a 60-year-old Jewish man who's playing me Naruto themes off his iPod Classic.
Oh, this is it. I just like really like the drums of this.
Pretty good, crazy hi-hat stuff.
I don't know. Like the first like 20 seconds of the song
It's
are
all
just
build-up.
drums. and then it just gets really normal. But
it's going hard though.
I think all of the Pokemon openings are actually pretty good, but
I don't know about my favorite, man. They got a few. Like, I don't know why. It's Diver for Naruto. I don't know visually. I don't know why I really liked it. The song is somewhat forgettable.
We're talking the openings as a whole or just the song?
just, I mean,
You're talking about just a song. I just keep...
But we can talk about the openings as well. I feel like I wanted to at least start with the ones that we could just listen to.
I really liked... I liked Elfen Lied because it's so fucking different.
Oh, that one is really good.
I was just like, man, like that.
I went back and rewatched that like last year, and it was not as good as I remember it.
I've never finished it.
The opening is a fucking banger. Though.
Yeah, facts. That I do like Neon Genesis' opening.
I don't. I've never been able to finish the whole show, but that opening.
Oh, it's so
good. That opening sort of nuts. That fucking horn synth is awesome.
It's
everything about it. It's just.
You don't. I mean, you can finish. Yeah, exactly. You can finish it. Don't finish it. I really like Neon Genesis.
I need to finish it just so that I can say I finished it.
Like for me, enjoyable for sure.
Oh, this one's good too.
I forgot that was awesome. The Bakudo opening.
Chambar Champlov.
Saber Cape Blue. That's fucking amazing. The first one,
I don't know.
Alchemist opening. Melissa.
Oh,
that crazy.
That's
boom, 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 boom,
yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. That shit's so fucking awesome. Oh.
This one's also good because it's kind of just Japanese math rock.
What is it?
It's the second opening Pokemon. I don't remember the name of it. Dream of Life is what it's called. But I just like it because he does like this weird Japanese math rock thing in the middle. And I was like, I kind of like the tone of his guitar. Here's another one. Oh, I actually think the first Bleach opening is really good.
I mean, Bleach has some good. They can really get you hyped for the show.
Yeah. Which is such a disappointment when you start watching the show.
Yeah, I mean, all of Bleach's music is actually very good. I don't know, I didn't really get the whole Spanish theme, what he was going for. It's very strange.
The Trigun theme?
Yeah.
I fucking love that. They're just fucking ripping on guitar for a minute.
Oh, dude. Well, we've already talked about my love for the English version of the Yu Yu Hakusho theme. Because they did it all on the Casio keyboard. It's so good.
What am I thinking of?
Alright, you showed me that?
Yeah, I showed you that too.
Thing, yeah.
Dude, it's so fucking good.
Is that the I want to change? No, what is that? What is I want to change the world?
Fuck, I don't remember.
I want to change the world. That's not it. And then da 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 da.
No.
Da 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 da.
The one for Yu Yu Hakusho is called Smile Bomb.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
My brain has been so rotted by Sonic music that I am just hearing a song from the Sonic
I think that's Inuyasha that I want to change.
Oh, it does sound like it would be an Inuyasha.
Yeah.
And then also I love songs that dramatically shift. Like I said, that one opens with drums and just becomes like totally like a female pop song.
Yeah.
The opening for Rurouni Kenshin starts off with this crazy like almost like a 70s metal guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes also a female pop song, and you're like, what the fuck? That was actually like so fucking good.
Opening the Demon Slayer was pretty good.
I've not heard that one.
You ever watch Demon Slayer?
I'll watch it.
I know I've heard it because you were watching it
right now.
Demon Slayer is one of the only like recently aired anime that I actually recommend to people. I don't watch that much stuff that's coming out now because so much of it's the same.
I have to watch When They Cry though, to see how it is. When They Cry.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Have y'all seen you haven't seen the first one either, then, huh? It's like you've seen at least pictures of it. It's like the little girl. She's like blue hair. It's like everybody's dying in the show, a lot.
Okay.
It's the first season. Like if you ever do go watch it, don't give up on it. It just seems it's all connected. I'll leave it at that.
Also another good Naruto one, Haruka Katana.
Oh yeah, Fire. The second OP of Naruto.
I've seen actually an episode of that show.
It's pretty good. It started out really slow. It takes like 7 or 8 episodes to get going.
You gotta love hearing that, man. You gotta watch like a third of it for it to get
But
good.
no,
I don't know how long that one is.
It doesn't take that long to get
Naruto's
good.
are
It
so
just takes that long.
Oh, they have a lot of bangers.
All the ones by Flow, I think they have 2.
This is taking a long time.
They have
I'm
Go.
enjoying myself.
Regeneration, I think, is also one.
It's not like One Piece.
What is this?
It's colors, right?
Yeah, but this is colors, but this isn't Naruto. What is this?
No.
It's like
Oh fuck! What was that? That's another anime.
Is this One Piece?
No. It's something else that like wasn't big here.
Why do do I know this? Why do I have this?
I actually love the instrumentation for this song. It is like what I want all my brass to sound like. Just like huge, just like you almost can't hear the guitar.
I can kind of see what it. That's what it is.
What is
it's
it?
Code Geass.
That is it. Thank you.
That's what it is. Okay.
That's not Code Lyoko. Because we were talking about that earlier.
Code Lyoko.
This is
Haruka kind of thing. Yeah.
Hey, they use the background.
Hey.
You're on the podcast Aftershow. What's your favorite anime opening?
I don't watch anime.
Oh, wow. Fuck you! Right.
Wow,
No,
Danny.
You should. We're gonna send you a bunch of anime songs that you gotta listen to.
I don't want to do that. I'm not
Too
gonna
bad.
listen.
Too bad.
You already just watched an hour and a half of
Then you're not
Bachelorette.
getting your.
Yeah, exactly. That's taste.
Hey, you know what? You're not getting your fucking video. So.
That's cruel, man.
Were you gonna be over here when we did that? Did you want to be in the room?
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't know because I'm not gonna interact in chat with people.
No, don't.
Okay.
I probably could I don't know. Because I also I gave myself an out and I was like can't see your
Oh
hands.
yeah. I guess that's true that you're on
Sorry.
camera.
So it would give that away if I were to comment.
I didn't know if you wanted if your social team was gonna be on that or whatever.
No, they can.
Okay. I don't.
want
I'm gonna be producer Danny. Start typing stuff in chat. Be like,
No.
Cassidy wants you all to know that you guys should send more money. Here's the, and I'll just put my own Venmo in.
I got my first donation.
Oh really? That's amazing. The concert hasn't aired yet.
Exactly. I was like, wow.
Is it a donation or did somebody just owe you money?
No. It was like festival virtual stage.
That's
as
funny.
the thing. That's like the comment on it.
A lot of just weird. So you sent me a message because I posted it on my Instagram. Multiple people I work with sent me messages that were like, "Oh my god, good for you!" As if I was like, as if I mean not to downplay your musical career, but as if it was like the fucking Chili Peppers or something. They're like, "This is so cool," and I'm like,
welcome.
I was like, I guess.
It's your big break.
I'd like to
This is
see.
huge for you.
I'd like to see a Chili Pepper sized fucking paycheck from
Now
it.
you
If
could
you,
finally be
No,
successful.
this is the new COVID era of the music industry.
Oh, yeah?
I don't have money.
that's how you're begging
That's
for
why I'm begging
Venmos
people
at the
for
middle of the.
money. Everybody
middle of
is.
the concert.
Cool. I'm gonna go find out
All right.
what is.
I'll send you that playlist. I'll send you that playlist.
Okay. Cool.
You're gonna listen to it and go, man, I should make more music like this.
She's gonna make She's gonna make a Bachelorette highlight playlist for you to watch.
I would gladly take that trade off. If I had to watch an episode of The Bachelor in exchange for 3 songs worth of anime openings, deal.
Yo, have you heard the Sergeant Frog opening though?
I've read Sergeant Frog, so I've never even watched
What are
it.
they talking about, bro?
I would imagine
Sergeant
it's
Frog.
Have you ever heard of Sergeant Frog?
Nah.
It was like a Tokyo Pop manga.
Okay.
Have any of you guys ever seen Boogie Pop Phantom?
Yes.
I feel like I didn't like that show, but that theme song is fucking awesome.
Yes.
Just like a funk
I watched
song.
Boogie Pop Phantom when I was first trying to figure out what anime
That's
was.
kind of when I watched it. I was like, I don't know if this one's for me.
I've
Yeah.
talked to you about this, but I want to get your take on it, Charles.
People, the Boogie Pop Phantom, maybe. I think you would like it.
I will. I want to play Freckles first, but
Okay.
did you like or dislike Bobobo as a kid?
I thought it was weird as hell, and I never actually watched it.
Okay.
That's it, yeah.
Because I thought the same thing. I was like, this as a kid. I was like, this is too weird. I don't like this.
Yeah.
And as an adult, I'm like, this is fucking great.
Yeah, I've never returned to it. I just remember it was like this swole ass man, and he had like this
Those-
weird,
this
little,
yellow
yeah,
guy.
And like Ultimate Muscle, I feel like that too.
yeah.
Okay, so this is the it's like super like
This
squealy.
is Bobo, is it?
No, this is Kenshin.
Oh, they just posing with.
Wait.
So weird.
That's my opinion.
They're so different.
Like you're like, all right, here we go, and then just.
And the perfect is like it so fits the show because like they do it in the opening too. The opening is like crazy, dark, gritty, and then all of a sudden he's like in a cornfield. He's like, "Hey!" It's like a fucking sitcom opening. What was
Boogie Pop Phantom.
Boogie Pop Phantom?
You couldn't remember that? Very simple name.
I
just
fucking Bobo was stuck in my head.
I don't even know what the fucking.
Oh, you know what? I've seen the picture of this show. Like the
That's a wah-wah pedal right there.
yeah.
But it is like a horror show. It's like, it literally is the complete opposite of what the show is even like. And it's all live action, I think, the whole opening. I think it's just like them walking around fucking crazy.
It's very weird. It's very,
I wish I liked it, because it is weird. I like how weird it is.
Yeah, but it was just like a little like, alright, maybe I'll return to it. I'm older.
That one's old. That one's like a 90s anime.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to go back and watch some older stuff.
This is probably the most different anime opening I've heard.
One thing I started watching older was Yurusei Yatsura.
This is
Crazy.
yeah, really. Like I was like, I didn't think this was it. This is Kagaguri, I think. The shit on Netflix.
I kind of like this.
Yeah, I'm in the like.
It sounds like Katamari.
It's like Sugar Pop Yoko Kanto.
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts.
This is like some Kagaguri or whatever, that poker like betting anime, gambling anime. Yeah.
But that sounds like a show I fucking love.
Yeah. It's weird as hell.
When I was playing Red Dead, I spent more time playing poker than I did playing the game.
Really?
Yeah. I would sit here for hours playing Hold'em in Red Dead. I would just like sit in front of the TV and play cards.
I think I did more of the non-shooting type stuff in GTA, like golfing, just playing poker, swimming, table tennis,
swimming.
Yeah, I love to play the stock market. We had this conversation. I love to play the stock.
Oh, the stock market in GTA is really fun.
It's really fun,
especially with the story-based missions where you can affect it. I love that shit.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never once ever touched the stock market.
I didn't know there was stock
It's
market in
so
GTA.
good. Like you can buy out like a bunch of properties too.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, I always wondered how you got enough money to like actually buy everything.
Well, the dude in the story, Lester, I think his name is. He tells you like because you have to go kill the CEO of a company.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So what he says is
feeder or whatever, not brain feeder.
Yeah, the phone.
Brain feeder. You kill flying loaders.
Yeah. So like there's a part where you kill the CEO, so their price like plummets and the competitor skyrockets.
Oh,
so you can buy the competitor stocks, sell it at the top, and then buy brain feeder at the bottom, and then if you wait like 2 in-game weeks, it goes back to normal, and then sell it. So it was kind of an interesting system that I wish I did more with, but it was cool.
I thought about getting GTA 5 today because I saw they finally dropped the price.
The Aftershow.
I'm aware.
$30 now.
Yeah, she came on and said she refused to listen to anime.
They finally did it.
Yeah.
She told
Which is crazy. It still costs that much.
And I said, we just need. Do you guys like make? I'll just start sliding some into some playlists.
I knew it would take a while.
Yeah, some indie artists from Japan. It's just anime openings.
They keep it up there. So, I mean, I kind of get it.
It's cool.
All right, have fun with the Bachelor vibes.
Oh, we will.
Yeah, well, they suck.
Dang, watch this behind me.
Okay.
That's the weirdest one. That on the lines of like a Death Parade. It's a little toned down. Have y'all seen Death
I
Parade?
haven't seen Death Parade.
Give it a watch. Like, you seen Death Note?
Yes, Death Note.
Yeah,
Okay,
Light's
hold
in
on.
that.
Here's what the Bobo
Yeah.
opening was.
Yeah, he's like
Wait, he's in this other show, Death Parade?
Look, let me. Okay, so like, I need to explain what the show's about.
Hold
So,
on, this is not.
That's crazy.
so it's the same studio that did Death Note.
Yeah.
So
I do like the movie.
look at this man, bro.
I kind of like this.
No, it's awesome. I like it. I like that show, though.
Well, I just mean the opening.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of cool. Oh, I didn't mean the.
No, you're
Death
good, bro.
Parade.
You're
Death
good.
Parade. Hit me with Death.
It's pretty much about like what happens in the afterlife, and
Okay,
it's
yeah.
like you get sent there, and pretty much they like weigh everything you've done in your life, and then you either get sent to hell or or reincarnated.
Yeah.
And they never show his face, but there's a character that's sitting there that has a silhouette, his hair same color, that they were discussing, and it was like, and you see him there, and then they zoom in on it, and it was like, okay, like a little Easter egg.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty good show. It's
Okay, interesting. I'll check that out.
yeah. OP is
List of all the
the
things
opening has no, it does not portray what the show is about in the slightest. It's very upbeat and
That's my favorite thing about
very
it.
like happy.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Like the characters literally are dancing in it. It's like everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it really
put your
does.
hands up, like dancing and shit.
It does seem like anime openings are really just an excuse to do a music
Do
video.
a short
Yeah.
music video. I was about to say the exact same thing, but I love
Hey,
that.
did you see
about
the one they did with Naruto? That shit's weird as fuck. It's my least favorite
Which
Naruto.
one?
It's in Shippuden.
No, I probably didn't then. I only watched the first arc of Shippuden and I kind of got tired of it.
It's my least favorite anime opening.
Because when I started watching Shippuden, it was actually when it was coming out. It was like week to week. And I was like, I'll get around to this when it's like done. And then I saw the episode count and I was like, I'm never getting around to this. Especially when I saw the arc where they're fighting on the moon. I went, I don't feel like fucking...
Fighting on the moon.
It's in the manga.
That's the last movie.
That's like the very end.
That's the last. That's after the shit. That's a
Is
movie.
that after the... Whoa,
Yeah.
So it's a movie in the...
It's a movie, yeah.
'Cause, well,
it takes place after the last, not the last chapter, but after the war.
Well, in
Like,
the
there's like a
manga,
2-year
it was
time
part
skip.
of just the regular manga numbering. Yeah, I think so.
I read the manga. No, they didn't show that on there.
Yeah, they did.
We must not be talking about the moon. I mean, Madara brings down asteroids. The only
Maybe
time
that's
they go
what
to
I'm
the
thinking.
moon, yeah. Madara, that dude's different. He would have fucking won the war if I don't know, weird black Zetsu was like, my mom, she's from the
My
alien.
mom.
It's weird as fuck.
I thanked Brendan. I said, hey, thanks for the nude picture. I love this.
This is it? No, this isn't it.
For a while that was in the podcast. Was that before Charles even showed up that happened?
Yes, that was like before we started. I was like,
That's definitely filmed.
because I was checking to
That's filmed.
Okay, good. Well, I was checking to see if he texted me. I opened it. I was like, what is this thing from Brendan? I was like, oh, that's fucking great. Thanks.
Did we even get context on that though? Was he?
There was no context. He just sent me on Instagram. He DM'd me this girl's post of her ass, and I no fucking text at all.
Crazy. Brendan's crazy. We gotta have him on the new podcast or something.
He was supposed to do a musical guest appearance, and then he didn't film it. So instead, I just put in. Did you watch that episode?
Is that the one with Daniel?
No.
Okay,
This was an episode that we filmed, and he was supposed to film a remote musical guest thing.
Which episode was it?
I can't remember the number.
Okay.
Probably like 9 or 10.
I didn't. No, I didn't. I haven't even re-listened to our new. I haven't really listened to any of the Space
That's
Pod
fine.
stuff since the episode with Daniel that I missed.
Okay, so
Which I guess actually I was the musical guest stuff, so I don't
yes,
know why.
so it was after that. It was
I
definitely
guess.
after that.
Yeah.
So we he didn't record it, and instead of hitting him up and being like, "Please record this, we're gonna be late," I found his YouTube recording of him at 17 auditioning for the UNO Music School, and it's him playing Rose Room.
I don't even know that song. Wait, do you have a recycle?
Yeah, just throw it in there. You definitely. Did you watch the Ken Burns jazz documentary?
I've seen parts of it for like classes.
You would
and stuff
you
like
would know this song. I'll pull it up, but it's anyway. But so it's Brendan, like a baby faced Brendan, no beard, sitting like this, and he's just like. And I put in his UNO audition. I downloaded it from YouTube and I made it the musical guest because he forgot to record one for us.
Classic.
So
You should have one sometime though again.
I would love to get him on. I mean, that's one of those things where he's all the way up in.
Oh,
Monroe.
I didn't know he wasn't here.
Yeah, he moved. It was like 2 years ago now.
I guess yeah. The last time I guess I really saw him was that last episode of Already. He was there for that, right?
Well, yeah, but he came down for the weekend.
I didn't realize that. That's crazy.
He was down to play a show or something, and he like with his band.
That's wild.
But he lives in Monroe now. But that's why I said we recorded that EP at his house. But that's because we went up there and he lives in this house like kind of not in the middle of nowhere, but like surrounded by nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So like yeah, and like he like the house next to him is like empty, and then 2 houses down is like the closest people. So.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finding Rose Room. Hold on. It's like the first Charlie Christian song. If you are familiar with Charlie Christian.
I've heard of Charlie Christian. I'm sure I've heard his stuff in passing. But I'm realizing now that I don't know the names of any of these fucking jazz songs. I just recognize them when they play.
That's fair. It's just like one of the... It's like just really famous for Charlie Christian being one of the first guys to have an electric guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, it was like an electric acoustic at the time, but he like has an electric guitar, and I think it's one of the first recordings to have like an amplifier type, like an amp.
Yeah.
But anyway, kind of cool.
Did you find it or no?
I did. It's just like I think it's taking forever to load. but he just what song is that?
What this is?
Yeah.
You know what this is. Sounds a little different, but you've heard it before.
What is it? Tell me what it is.
This is Nier.
It's what?
Nier.
I've not played Nier.
Well, you just own it.
What?
You just own it.
It's on Game Pass.
Oh.
That's the same way I played Kingdom Hearts. I didn't buy Kingdom Hearts. It was on Game Pass.
You should play Nier. It's pretty good.
Is Game Pass just PlayStation now, but for Xbox?
Oh yeah.
No.
I think it's a
you
little
don't
better.
have to stream it.
You don't have to stream it.
That is way better.
You can
I think
download it.
Man,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Although I think that they're doing something now on the PS5, like more like that, where you can actually, it's like they call it the PlayStation Collection or something, where you can actually download a lot of their first-party titles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Game Pass has got the upper hand right now because it's also a lot of other shit that's not not Microsoft games.
Yeah. It's a pretty good.
Well, yeah, just I scrolled through his stuff the other day, and I was kind of like shocked at how many things were offered just on Game Pass. It's completely.
It's like 500 games.
It blows fucking PlayStation. I mean, that just is like. Does that come with just your like normal?
No,
it's like $5.
Well, okay, so it's like if you buy
like
Game Pass by itself is like $12, and then
A month.
but and then Xbox Live is $10.
Yeah.
But if you get both of them together, total it's $15.
Yeah, that's
It's
why
like
I was getting thrown off.
Yeah, so like I was telling Jay earlier because he was like, "Should I buy a PlayStation? Or should I buy an Xbox?" I was like, "Well, if you only play one game, it's probably PlayStation better because like they have all the better first-party games. But if you're one of those people who like cycles through games a lot, maybe plays half a game and then picks up another game, Game Pass is honestly one of the best deals, and it's also on PC.
Exactly.
So you can kind of
build a PC, bro.
I have a PC. I got a PC. I never want to sit down and play a game on my computer. I just would rather do it with a controller.
But we did that. We did that with. I mean, we really just did that.
We
with
just
Sonic.
did that, but that's. If we weren't streaming, I would just like be like, I want to lay in my bed and do this.
What you up to? I mean, I can lay in my bed and play Sonic.
You can because you have your desktop in your room. I don't have my desktop.
Oh,
that's right. Yeah, yours in the back room.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Nerd. It's a nerd.
Yep. What are you gonna do about it? Oh wait, here we go.
This is the one who's bragging about playing Sonic from his bed. You're calling me a nerd?
I just say I could.
Sorry, yes, you're a very cool person who listens to music like this and could play Sonic from his bed.
Yes. Yes.
I don't think I do, but it sounds good. I like.
All it is it's if you. I only know this because I took Brent Rose's class. If you have the Ken Burns jazz documentary, this is the music they loop on the menu screen.
That's pretty great. It definitely sounds like I can picture that menu screen right now.
Come on, I'm trying to get the guitar solo.
I like the vibes on it.
I kind of like it. I actually like Benny Goodman.
You like what?
Benny Goodman, the guy who does this.
I know Benny Goodman.
Yeah, so there's like.
Oh, this is technically Benny Goodman?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this is the guitar solo Brennan played. This is our musical guest for the podcast. It's just quite funny because he's like.
Does not play music like this normally.
Yeah, he's like in a metal band.
Yeah, and he like buys synthesizers and like makes crazy synth music.
Yeah, so it's like. I mean, he can play anything. He's really talented.
Yeah, I know.
But it is funny.
That's the thing about all those fucking music majors. They fucking can play anything. I hate it.
The guy who's playing bass on my EP is a friend of mine from high school who somehow ended up at UNO. And the dude's like ultra talented, and he plays bass. He like got into UNO for guitar and then decided he wanted to be an upright bass player. And then
it's awesome. It's very hard, but that's awesome.
And then he got 3 years into doing upright bass and he's like, "Let me go back to guitar." And so he just like he played like 5 or 6 instruments. And also is like can compose on paper.
That's why I hate my brother. He can fucking pick up like his 3 different trumpets, play those, then he gets on the keyboard and can play that. Then he fucking sits down at this TR-8 drum machine. He can fucking make an insane sounding drum beat. I'm like, fuck you.
That's how I feel about you guys. Also, both you and Eric.
But I don't feel when I'm around musicians like this. I feel like I suck.
Yeah, I feel that about you guys.
Well, that's crazy to me.
Anyway, yeah. So Brendan just like sent me his metal. He just finished his metal album, and then I'm like, it is insane to me that he also plays stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, I have an upright bass player playing bass on my shitty indie rock EP. Which I think is
upright bass on that.
No, he got a bass guitar to record that. I mean, like he owned one, I guess, but he was using it for that. But he plays jazz upright bass, and I was like, this guy's too qualified to be doing this for me. It's like if I said, hey, I need my house painted, and I hired like fucking Leonardo.
Be awesome.
Cool.
Vitruvian Man everywhere.
He's T-posing.
Yeah. Well, is the Vitruvian Man not the original T-pose?
He's the V-pose.
That's a good point.
Did you?
Huh?
You want another coffee?
No, I'm just thinking of things, man.
Did you shoot on another coffee?
Huh?
Do you want another coffee?
No.
Pushing this coffee,
No,
man.
I'm trying to get somebody to fucking try my latte.
I'm trying to get this stuff together so I could drop this EP before then.
Look.
Oh, you're trying to get it out before that?
yeah. I'm just trying
No way, you don't have to worry that much. They're not gonna finish it.
I'm not lying.
I got shit lying around. I'm gonna make this happen.
You're gonna do.
Solomon just has to do all the drums.
You're gonna do 90% of the work, and Solomon's just gonna be like, turn a fader. He's like, all right.
Look, I'm sure.
What do you play?
What do I play? I mean, I play guitar, but I like do sample-based beats and stuff. But I just suck at drums. If Solomon could just do the drums on everything.
You suck at
play guitar.
You play drums on Sound Ass.
And they suck. That's the whole point of me
It's because
playing.
you play guitar.
Yeah, I play guitar mainly.
Yeah, that's why. No, that's why you suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I know. I'm sorry.
Guitarists can't drum.
They can't drum. Yeah.
Dude.
Notably.
Yeah, notably.
I mean, it wasn't comedy for guitarists.
Yeah, that's because there are already 10 million fucking fuckers like you out there who fucking play guitar when they do their comedy.
You see fuckers like me, who's fuckers like me, like Dimitri Martin.
Yeah.
It's really, there's not even like me. It's like, there's like a whole class of dudes who already did that.
I know. That's why we got to change things up.
But also, you played brass. I'm gonna be like...
I was in band. I wouldn't even class myself as a brass player.
Comedians like you like Emo Phillips.
No fucking
What
goddamn
brass
shit about
instrument do you
Emo
play, man?
Phillips. Huh?
What brass instrument do
I
you
played euphonium.
Really?
Yeah, I hated playing euphonium.
Okay.
This is just heavy, and I wasn't a marching guy really. I never wanted to really be a marcher, so I got very sick of it very quickly. But I did it for 3 years.
So I got very sick of it.
Marching euphoniums?
We had marching euphoniums.
Y'all had marching ones, or did y'all just march on euphoniums?
We didn't have we had like the actual ones that were like trumpets. I know they have the
ones
that
baritones.
Like, but we had the bigger ones too. We had like marching euphonium ones too. I wish we had the ones that fucking you could rest on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Because I know they make those, but they're not good them for us. It was mostly baritones out there. They made all the trombones march baritone also.
Really?
I was in Fountain Blue.
Okay.
Did you ever do showcase and stuff?
I didn't do marching band in high school.
I envy you for not doing it.
Well, I'm marching band. I don't know if you know. I went to St. Aug. If you know what it is, they're one of the best bands in the country. Like they went and played for like presidents and all that shit.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that. I asked them. I said,
but you were also in football at the same time.
Well, that wasn't the reason why I wanted to play because I played before then. I played tuba for like 6 years.
Yeah.
Well, sousaphone.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's like baritone euphonium levels.
Yeah, because I didn't tell somebody earlier he played tuba. It's like, yeah, it's like his march is like, yeah, it was like, oh yeah, so you played sousaphone. I'm just looking at him like,
who gives a shit?
Yes, I played sousaphone. Okay, but I asked him, I was like, can I be in a jazz band or even like concert? And then they were like, yes, but you can't march. And I was like, no, it's like you can't be in it. Then I was like, okay, I'm not playing together. I'm not, because I don't like marching band at all. It doesn't. It's kind of boring. Like
that shit sucks.
Yeah, like we all plays like pop songs and stuff, which is cool, but it's still like very watered down. Like I didn't have any like creative freedom like I do with like jazz. Sure. Like there's no, if I'm like doing the second line or something
that's why I kind of fell out of music for the longest time, was because like all the shit we played sucked. Yeah. And I was like, well, I don't even want to do this, and then I kind of regret it now because I'm like, I wish I'd just stuck with it to learn an instrument better. But this is a weird question. Did you guys have like a thing where you guys started all on like normal instruments, and then the band director would move you out of stuff?
Sounds like a middle school thing, like a junior high thing.
Well, I remember that happened. I guess that started when we were in 8th grade, but then like did that to us. So like we auditioned for band. You had like 4 instruments you auditioned on. It was like flute, trumpet, trombone, clarinet, and something else. And so like people came in with trumpets, and we're like, all right, well, I guess I got a trumpet. And then like 2 weeks in, he was like, we need some French horns. Which one of you guys wants to transition to French horn? And of course, meant that somebody had to buy a fucking French horn.
Oh,
and I remember just being like, even as a younger person, like, that's really irresponsible. You probably should have told them this before school started, so they'd buy a fucking trumpet, have to return it, and then buy a French horn.
Yeah.
Like, insane.
I don't think somebody's trying to transition someone off tuba. Because not many people want to play tuba.
Well, I don't think we had tubas. We didn't have a tuba. Our brass section ended at trombone.
Really?
And I only did freshman year, so I guess actually, we definitely had tuba in the varsity band. I should get that far.
That's crazy that y'all have varsity bands.
Yeah, we had 2 games, a JV and a varsity football team.
Nah, like there's only one band.
There's only one band in my school too, yeah.
There's like 100 plus, but like everybody, like if you were just trash, like okay, you're like third trumpet or whatever. Like
they did that for when they did parades and stuff.
Yeah.
But well, actually no, they split it into 2. There's A band and B band for parades.
We might have had a really big band then.
We probably did. Our band was easily 100 plus. So
I don't remember how many were in ours. Ours was big. I feel like we were one of the bigger ones that would go to like showcase and stuff, the marching show. But they never split us up for like parades and stuff. And I wish I could have volunteered to fucking not do a parade because I hated that.
Well, also, the difference is
parades are kind of funny.
Parades.
I already didn't like marching, so like I was already going in with a bad attitude. And usually, I somehow managed to rained out most of our original parade days.
Yeah.
So like when I had to do a parade, I was like extra bitter about it and just pissed off being there.
They were long as hell.
Also, the difference is like here, there's like a fucking abundance of marching bands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't think they'd want to see the same band twice. Whereas like in where I grew up in Alabama, like especially in Baldwin County, there's like 4 high schools total. And so whenever we had Mardi Gras season, there was between our county and the next county 8 schools. So you would as opposed to like here where there's this Orleans Parish is like 30 schools, all of them have marching bands. It's like they would split us up and put us in 2 different parts of the same parade route because basically to fill space because there was no schools to play. Yeah, they were padding, and so it's kind of crazy. But for big marching competitions or like big showcases, it was all one band.
Yeah,
but
okay.
Did your bands focus more on like doing the pop songs and stuff? Because I feel like we didn't. That was like such an afterthought when they were doing our band stuff because they were so focused on making sure we like had a marching show to do.
New Orleans culture is pop songs.
No,
so that's what every band in the city.
See, we didn't do that. We all did. I don't know. If there was a pop song that was part of our show,
Yeah.
And this is more happened after I quit. We got our sophomore year, which basically after I quit doing music, we got a new band director, and he was way more cool.
Yeah.
In my opinion, but he was way more like, let's do weird thematic shows. Like he did one where like it was like we ended up playing Queen and Les Miserables and something all in one show, and like so that was when we started learning more pop songs. But like as far as like when we marched, no, there was no pop songs. It was all fight songs,
like fanfares and disgusting.
Our director just didn't even give a shit about like marching at all. So like he would just show up on a golf cart and be like, "Y'all are doing great," and leave. And then there was this other guy. Everyone else that was like involved with like the management of the band was like former like drum corps people. So they were like super into the idea of us doing like a professional show. Yeah. Which
that's kind of how we.
That's fine. Like I get that some kids in band like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I could not stand it though. I just didn't want to be there. I'm like, I want to not be doing any horn thing at all. I didn't even want to be a horn player. Like I got into band not even because I auditioned or anything. I just played. I was in the guitar club. And one day they showed up and were like, "Hey guys, the jazz band needs a bass player. Does anyone here play bass?" And I had played bass, but I didn't read music. And then they were just like, "All right, great, you can join the jazz band." So then I was in there and I didn't know how to read music. For a whole year, I just played bass in band, which didn't help at all. I mean, like, it's so unapplicable to like a concert band setting. Yeah. So then they finally forced me to get on euphonium at the very end. And then when I got to high school, there were like 10 million, not 10 million, but there were so many better bass players that I wasn't even like fourth in line to be the bass player.
You were first in line to be euphonium.
I wasn't even first in line.
No, we like, it sucks because like, we would have people. I mean, we didn't do state line, like crossing state lines, like so I never had New Orleans bands come play, but we would have like black high schools come play from like Birmingham, and their shows would be way more fun. Yeah, and I would watch.
That's the thing. Watching any New Orleans band, they're having so much more fun than fucking.
So
the
that's
kids
what it was
Bellevue.
like. Yeah, it's very similar to the bands here, where they come down and like their shows would be like dudes doing backflips. I'd be like, what the fuck? Why can't we do that? And they're like, no, we're just gonna do like a star-shaped maneuver. And I'm like, that's lame as fuck. I fucking hate this shit.
I just wanted to quit so badly. Like the last year I was in band, I was playing bass. That was my junior year. I was playing bass and like, I feel like this teacher fucking just rigged the auditioning is because he didn't give me audition music till like the day of it. I like did fucking terrible, and this freshman, like, he's like, this freshman, I mean, I gotta give him the spot. He's just really good. But would you want to play guitar? And I was like, no. I just left his office, and then my parents fucking called him, and they fucking somehow got me back into band as the guitar player. I'm like, I didn't want this.
Right, I said no.
Fuck, what the hell? But all my brothers were in band at that point, so I think they were just trying to make sure the director didn't hate us or something.
Yeah.
Like I still had brothers to come into band and stuff, so I don't know.
No, I tried to play drums. I
was really rude to that band director.
I was, I mean, this was late. I mean, yeah, it was like 8th grade going into 9th grade. I guess that was a year? I don't know. I was first chair clarinet. And, yeah, very cool. And by the way...
Why have I never heard you play clarinet, Danny?
Because I haven't played it in like 10 years. And so, I was saying to Eric, I said, I want to play it. He said, you should play on a Soundhouse album. And I said, gladly. It'll be bad. But,
you have a clarinet still?
Yeah, it's in my house. Nice. But I was first year clarinet, and I wanted to play drums.
I'm going to write something.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to write me a clarinet part?
Yeah, I'm going to write you a clarinet part. With, oh, not right now.
Get this man some sheet music.
Yeah. When I see you again, I'll have sheet music for you.
I don't know if I play.
And we'll play together.
I'd have to practice.
You play clarinet? No, you don't play clarinet.
No.
The tuba and clarinet duet.
I'm actually going to play sax with him, alto.
That'd be sick. All right.
Yeah, I'll play sax with him.
So you're a multi-instrumentalist.
Or do you want me to play bass? Which one do you want?
Oh, clarinet and bass actually sounds like it'd be a great combo. Just clarinet and bass guitar, and great, you're on drums.
I did when I was in Town of Music, in a bid to try and convince my parents to let me quit band, I was like, I'll fucking get into Town of Music if I can just fucking quit doing this marching shit. I fucking hate it. I fucking wrote this really bad duet that was for bass guitar and melodica.
That's awesome.
I actually found the sheet music and it is not awesome. It's not good at all. I'm clearly someone who like sat down at this notation software and like did it all in one sitting. And I was like, here you go, teacher, you can just take this.
I would have to like sit for like months practicing that, but I'd be willing to do it.
Like how like intricate can it be? Well, how would you rate your skill?
I mean, now fucking awful. Probably like fucking.
I got you.
I tried to play like over Christmas last year or something, and I literally spent like 30 minutes trying to figure out what my embouchure was because it's been so long.
Woodwinds are hard as hell, bro.
Yeah.
Woodwinds, like I've been like going from tuba, like even to like to trumpet or something. Like it's a smaller mouthpiece, but like fundamentally it's here.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, okay, well I understand. Like fundamentally, like I can play it still.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is easy. Like I just need to play more and get my embouchure adjusted. Then I can keep growing. I couldn't play my sax for the first like fucking 3 days. I was like, I don't get how to make this reed vibrate. It doesn't make sense.
I bought this old like Selmer clarinet that was like secondhand, and it actually wasn't bad. But I remember like we had to require like you required like 5 hours of practice a week or something, and like your parents had to sign off that you did it. And I remember I just like I do with video editing, I would often put it up till last night, and I'd play clarinet for 5 hours straight. Oh God. And I remember showing up one day.
I would fucking kill you for my kid. 5 hours straight
on a fucking clarinet.
I mean, my mom had like radio on the other room; she could hear me. But like I sort of
earplugs. I just couldn't even.
I showed up. To. I'd been playing for probably something like that, like 4 or 5 hours straight. I showed up to band one day, and my lip was just bleeding. And my band director looked at me. He's like, "What the fuck happened to you?" And I was like, "I was practicing, coach." Anyway, but so because of shit like that, I tried to transition out of clarinet, but I was first chair, and he was like, "I did the drum test to like because." First year, or I guess 8th graders couldn't play drums, and then you get auditioned for high school to play drums. And so I was like, all right, I want to do percussion. Fuck clarinet.
So do you get to pick like for percussion, or do they all just like?
Well, you could audition.
You audition for what though? You say, oh, I want to audition for snare, or I want.
You would audition just for percussion section, and then they would sort you once you got there.
They just give you like a rhythm test, like what?
It's basically they give you like palindromes and shit, and like a drum pad, and be like, all right, do it. And like
palindromes?
left, right, left, right, left,
okay,
right.
okay, sorry. I was thinking like the word palindrome.
Oh, you're thinking like front, back. Yeah,
front, back. But I guess, yeah.
So I like showed up and I did pretty well in the test, like just as good as everybody else. But he looks at me and goes, "I'm not gonna move you off clarinet because frankly you're too good a clarinet player." I was like, "Well, if you don't move me off clarinet, I'm gonna quit." And he's like, "No, you won't." So I quit. And I showed up the next year, and the new band director was like, "Hey, I heard you're gonna be our first chair clarinet. What happened?" I said, well, "I told Philly I was gonna quit, so I did." And then I went and made videos instead for a year. It was way better.
My first year, just to show you how undesirable I was as a fucking baritone player, they fucking put me on front ensemble my first year of marching because I was so bad. I was playing like woodblock and stuff.
That's awesome.
But I love that was my favorite year of band because I didn't have to fucking do anything. I was playing woodblock in a marching show. So there's like two times in the entire show where that's applicable.
Yeah.
And wind chimes as well. I was really good at the wind chimes.
Wind chimes.
Nailed that shit.
No bands down here have wind chimes. Or woodblock.
And why would they? They were clearly just trying to give me something
They
to
were
do
just
so
like,
that I would get out of their
get
way.
out there, bro.
Dude, I was pissed because like what I really wanted to do is such a bizarre. I really wanted to play marimba.
I mean, all those are really cool instruments. I can't do like different things with my hands like that. As a guitar, like is simple enough with the two hands. Like I really just have to focus on typing on the left.
Simple,
really?
It's just I'm not having to do something like drums where I'm doing 3 different rhythms at once.
That's true. Okay, sure.
The rhythms are at least somewhat. I'm doing something at the same. I don't know. They feel more connected to me than like piano or drums or anything.
Using
I
a pick.
It's like easier.
I gotta use a pick.
I pluck when I play bass, right?
Even when I play bass, I gotta use a pick.
I can't use a pick. It's so fucking hard.
It is hard.
Like I don't know how to mute. Like my fingers, it makes sense. I can do like that. I can figure if I need. It makes sense to me. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just what I started when I was learning.
I think it just depends on how you start.
For me, it's like I think that the thing about like.
I just never got those calluses. I just feel like I blister my fingers every time. I
never got them.
I need to do mine.
I played football, so like all of that shit was already.
It
was already fun. I was waiting for them. I'm like, oh, say you're gonna get calluses, and I'm just like,
like the fact that you're like, this is so easy is crazy to me because like I feel like it's just like piano where you're doing 2 different things, and like they're connected, but like I think that's so much easier than marimba. Maybe it's because it's fingers. I think moving my hand, like my arm.
Yeah, I can't do drum stuff like that. I just feel like having to throw my foot in for like the kick. I'm just like I can't do this.
See, I think that's so much easier.
But you can kind of just throw the kick away.
Yeah, I usually
because if the kick is just the groove.
I know. Anytime I play drums, I end up doing the kick on like every single beat. Really? Yeah.
Okay, but like
I can kind of drum a little bit now, but like back when my brothers were like learning to drum, and we were trying to figure out which of us was going to learn guitar and which of us were going to learn drums.
To start the band.
We did, and it was fucking
sibling
terrible.
things.
My dad basically was like, y'all are going to be in a band. And
you have siblings,
and your dad was right, yeah.
You have siblings, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have any
band
siblings.
is the worst.
I don't have any siblings. It was Charles. That's the band.
Yeah.
You were a one-man band.
I'm a one-man band. That's why I want to play all these instruments.
Well, that's the thing is like I had siblings, but my siblings are so much older than me.
Oh, okay.
So like I never played with them. 2 of my older brothers play guitar, but like that was the worst thing was when I quit band. I'm gonna go learn to play drums because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do percussion.
Yeah.
And then I took private drum lessons for a year, and I was like, I'm a moron for doing this because I have nobody to play with, and it's just me playing drums. I'm not in band, so it doesn't make any sense. I'm just doing drum solos all the time. So then I quit that too, and then I picked up a guitar when I was in college. But
you could have went and played at a church. That's actually the first instrument I learned. I started on drums.
Mm-hmm. I tried to play at my church, and they were like, "Nah, dude, we already got a drummer."
Oh, that sucks.
And then to be fair, he was way better than me.
Whatever. I was like, they put me out there. I was 8.
That's wild.
I
sang at my church, too.
I was the drummer for my church from 8 until 12. I was the drummer. Like I went in practice and everything. And then I went to, middle school. Yeah, a little bit in between. And it was like, I was like, I could play drums. And it was like, did like the test and everything, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you can play." I was like, "Yeah, no, I've been fucking actually playing for the past
gig.
like you want to come see me on Sunday, bro? Like I'm in there and the
8-year-old me's playing at the Apollo.
Like you had an outfit and everything.
Yeah, like you just I'll just dress like
church
clothes,
church outfit,
the church fit.
I thought there was a band uniform. I was like, that's awesome.
The church fit, you know. I was like, you want to come fucking see me? I'll be sweating my ass off in that church. It's hot as hell in there, but it's like nah, it's like.
Underrated, by the way, the fact that like people who play drums with long sleeve dress shirts on, insane to me.
It's hard
because like they just stretch right here.
Yeah,
that's nuts. Anyway,
it's so then he was like, oh yeah, it's like I was like I was like, oh, can I play snare? He was like, kind of full. We got a tuba over there though. It's like it's like
a drum.
It's like the horn, but it's like rhythm. It ties the band together. I mean, like technically, yeah, sure it does, but like
basically.
But I'm like, I want to play drums. It's like, but look at that tuba, and I was just like,
you literally had the same experience I did.
Okay, because my parents said you got to do something, and I was like, I'm already playing at the church. So then I stopped playing at the church. So then I learned tuba, and I was like, okay, and then I think.
How good are your drums now?
Oh shit, I haven't played since.
Do you want a drum set? I've been trying to hawk a drum set on people.
Why are you trying to get rid of a drum set?
Because I have the drum set from it's like pretty nice, but it's the same drum set I always had. But it's at my parents' house, and I can't when you're living in New Orleans, it's like
I have nowhere to put it.
That's how I feel.
I think you need to get back into the drums.
Exactly.
When you move back to Alabama.
And
then you can come and practice at my house on my drums.
But the thing is,
the difference start that band, that really bad band.
No, the difference is how many bad bands do you and I have together? It's like number 3.
It's been 11 years. Fuck.
I want my music festival to be just my shitty band.
You're gonna get there.
I can't wait.
I gotta.
Short Fiesta.
We gotta get Brendan down. I'll play with him too for the EP that we did.
I would love that.
That would be the only band where I think I'd take it semi-seriously. But actually, Supersonic. No, I think that this thing is like unlike you, my family did not. I mean, my brother played like guitar, but my family was not a music family. So like, drums were big and they were loud, and basically it was just like my neighbors complaining and my family complaining. And so I just felt really. I still feel like this. I still feel weird doing things in the house that are like in the way.
Yeah.
Like I hate recording videos in the house. I hate honestly like if you weren't streaming with me, I'd never stream because like I just don't like because like people walk through the room. I'm like, nah, I'm just in the way. I don't like being here. So I get like stage fright in my own house, and so now I can't play drums, especially because we've moved houses. There's no room for them in my parents' house, and I'm moving into a condo, so I definitely can't play it there because they share walls. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm trying to hawk drums off anybody who can take them. Just like, please.
I'm trying to think of a you hawk a should fun with that, but I don't think
I definitely
hawk a set.
Don't play my sax enough because of that.
Yeah.
Because it's such a loud fucking instrument.
There aren't like mutes and stuff for saxes, are there?
There is.
There are? Okay.
It's not like it's technically not a mute because obviously there's so many holes like in it, so you can't.
The sound's coming out of somewhere.
So what it is this big ass, it's like a fucking case you put it in. And then you stick your hand in the holes, and you put it in there, and then you play it, and then you put headphones on.
That's crazy. Do you have to like memorize where the keys are though?
I mean, but like
you kind of do.
You kind of.
It's a little bit like guitar.
It seems like a lot of keys. It is a lot of keys.
I've always been intimidated by that when I look at women's players.
But it's not. It all makes sense. Like it all like coming from obviously playing a tuba with 3 valves.
Yeah.
It's not like it all. That shit makes sense. It isn't that intricate where you're like, oh, I gotta learn all these keys. Like, you play a note if you want to go up an octave. For the most part, hit the octave key. Yes, there's another fingering for it. Yeah. The one that'll sound better in tune. But
that's basically what clarinet is too. I mean, it's like there's like I think you have 4 fingers because you sit like this, and then you have 10 keys because it's like 4, and then there's like another key on the side here, another one here. It's like
it isn't.
Being a marching man, I always resented woodwinds just because it looks so much lighter than the fucking having to carry that big ass baritone.
I feel like saxes are kind of heavy.
Well, I know saxes get more heavy.
It's a little rough on the neck.
They got a strap.
It's a little rough on the neck.
I know. I imagine.
It's a little rough.
Yeah.
I resented that, but at the same time, I'm like, I couldn't keep up with. I like that I have 3 things I got to keep up with.
They had trumpets up there complaining, and like, and I'm sitting here, I'm marching with this fucking all metal tuba. That bitch weighs like fucking 60 pounds. Like, shut your ass up, bro. Like,
see, I never even got to the point that I was marching.
Did you have the wraparound tuba though? Or
I had the wraparound. Okay. Wraparound.
We all had the shoulder ones on.
That's terrible.
I mean, it looks terrible, but I feel like at least having it like distributed, like it probably wasn't as heavy as like I just feel like the euphoniums weighed the most. They were the biggest instrument that you had to hold like this at all times during like marching shows and shit. I mean that shit would suck too. I just think it would be somewhat easier to be able to rest it on.
Well, yeah, you can rest it so you don't have to hold it.
Yeah. That was it was just having to like hold it in attention. That was the worst for me. If I'm playing, I can at least focus on doing. Yeah. I'm not focusing on how much my arms fucking hurt holding it up.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like clarinet's not heavy, but it does force you into an awkward position.
Yeah, it's so unnatural.
Sort of chicken wing.
Yeah, because you're like,
and you have to sit like completely straight.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to be, fucking Larry Shields and be like up here, but like when you're marching,
respect when you do that.
Yeah. If you're marching though,
this goofy fucker. If you're clarinet.
I wanted to. I think I
You wanted to be the goofy motherfucker.
Dude, I tried to do that during a concert one time.
Wait, you tried to bring it all the way up.
Yeah. And my band director got so pissed. Again, at this point, I was
like me trying to put the guitar behind my head during a jazz.
Yes.
Like what?
And that would be fucking awesome.
Oh, it wouldn't.
I was so scorched earth policy because by that point I already told him I was quitting.
Oh my god.
It was the end of the year. Like
it was like a recital.
Yes!
Oh my god. Dude.
And I was first chair clarinet. Maybe I was second chair by this point. Actually, I remember if this was end of the year or Christmas. It was one of the two. But so I did do that. I like leaned out and I was like, he looked at me and he was like, what the fuck?
That's awesome.
He also threatened to put me on piccolo, and I was like, I fucking hate you. So.
Piccolo.
It's not worth. It's the shittiest woodwind. I would rather they have this.
The shittiest. Is that this really, really tiny one?
It sits out like this. It almost looks like a penny whistle.
Okay.
And the reeds are weird. The reeds stick out of the. I have to like pull a picture.
What it looks like? Does it look like a oboe kind of? Like it's double reed kind of?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's what I said. Oboe isn't. What did I say?
You said piccolo.
Or sorry, piccolo is it's like a tinier oboe.
Yeah. I had like a gifted music teacher that played an oboe. I hated him. And then I got Mr. Chris, and that dude was cool. He was like fucking high coming to teach me in middle school. Like, oh yeah, it's like extra music.
I guess it's actually sort of closer to a flute now I'm thinking about it. Because like an oboe, I guess, is the one I'm thinking that goes forward.
Yeah,
so
it's like
it's piccolo is if you like attached a clarinet body to a flute.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
That's weird as hell.
Yeah. But then, so, the oboe is the one that has a double reed.
Yeah, and it's like, boop, and yeah.
I just want to see how far we're in this.
I thought you were going to be like, we aren't recording any of this.
That would be hilarious.
But we are recording this
It's
stuff.
fine. I was just having a fun conversation about band, but.
I didn't expect this to be such a musical conversation.
Musical conversation.
That's great, Danny.
And that's what I did to the band director. And he
Wasn't happy.
He said, you should quit.
Yeah, he goes, I would like it if you leave. But also, I think now I've actually put. Weirdly enough, I'm still probably a worse musician than I ever was any other time in my life because I had way less. I guess maybe at this point I've had consistency, but like training.
Okay.
But I feel like I enjoy music way more now because like I'm fucking terrible, but I'm also like, but I get to play whatever I want.
Yeah.
Fucking losers.
Yeah.
Have fun playing Gymnopédie 1. I'm gonna fucking.
What's the name of the fucking song everybody plays? Like when in the method book when you're learning? Is it fuck, I can't think of. It's some shitty ass.
Pure Release.
Huh? No. It's like something even worse than that.
Even worse than
Green Sleeves? I can't think of anything.
How does Green Sleeves?
Y'all keep talking. It's gonna come.
Green Sleeves?
It's Green Sleeves. I might have just confused there at the end. Hold on.
That what you were singing is that's not whatever you're talking about.
Yeah, it's not Green Sleeves.
Green Sleeves is kind of similar.
That's
Green Sleeves is one that is.
Well, that da-na-na-na is wrong, but
that's Pure Release.
That is Pure Release. Yeah.
I did such a bad job of it a second ago.
I think that I ended with that because you had it stuck in my head, but
it was such a spirited rendition.
Green Sleeves is like it's kind
of
like
hot
long
something.
Hot cross buns.
Hot cross buns.
Hot cross buns.
There we go. That. That's what they're fucking playing. That's fucking. Everybody take out the method books. Okay. Hot cross buns.
That is terrible.
Fucking. 4th year on Tuber, you have me playing hot cross buns. Like, goddamn, I know I'm not the best in the world, but shit. Like, come on. Can we play something else?
Oh, wow, it's got birds on it. Screen sleeves. Starts with these birds. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what y'all were playing?
Soundist has had that on so many sets, and every time we get to it, we forget what it sounds like. It's just a running gag that we don't know how the song goes.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. But that's also the demo thing for every keyboard. Is if you hit it and it's.
Oh. And when I was in jazz band, the demo song for our keyboard was some Yamaha, and it was like crazy because it would like go through all the different sounds, and it just like tried to do like 5 different types of song in one song, and I wrote lyrics to it. I remember. What's up? What are you about to say?
No, finish your thing because it's kind of related, but not really.
Some band came from like England, and I like made them like individually go up to our band director and be like, "Can we hear the?" It was the theme song for the rhythm section in the jazz band, basically. So I wrote a verse just like introducing each member of the rhythm section. And it was really bad, but I had this English band who was like 10 times better than us. They were like touring the U.S. and for some reason they came to our school. I had like
Snarky Puppy.
Snarky Puppy? That name of that band? Snarky Puppy. I had like 8 people go to our band director and be like, "Can we hear the rhythm section theme song?"
Did you tell them to?
Yes, I told them to. There's no way they would have known about it. Otherwise, it's not like people were spreading the word about rhythm section.
I thought you were more like, we kind of mentioned it, and then you laid the bait and see if they were going to ask about it.
No. I straight up was like, "Hey, can you go ask our band director if you can hear us do the rhythm section theme song?" And then he let us perform it for like. Not only like that band and our band, but like a bunch of parents and stuff had to sit through this really bad things. And then I didn't even want to sing it, so I like sent other people up to go sing it instead, and it was really bad. It was like so not worth getting 10 people to ask the band director to let us play it. Just if I could hit the demo button on the keyboard and sing a song. I'm gonna try and find it. I had the instrumental for a while, but I don't have the lyrics, unfortunately.
I was gonna say there's a story I bring up all the time because it's like fucking insane to me that we had Snarky Puppy play at my high school.
That is crazy.
A jazz fusion band that's like really famous now.
Okay.
But back before they were
like got Grammys and stuff at this point.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Terry Fader came to my school when I was younger. Before he was on America's Got Talent.
Really?
Yeah. He was supposed to come back, and then he fucking won America's Got Talent, and of course, never showed up again.
And this is like, I guess like during Snarky Puppy's like first or second album, I don't know what happened. Like the people in our band were really into them, and like told the school like, "Hey, you guys should book Snarky Puppy for to play in our fucking school theater." And apparently Snarky Puppy was like, "Yeah, all right," and they showed up and like played till like the sort of thing where you buy tickets to get out of like health class. Yeah. And Snarky Puppy played 2 sets at our school, and I was like. People were like, "Dude, you're gonna love this band," and I didn't like them, and I still don't like them.
What a great ending to that story!
I mean, they're fine. I would never go. If they were coming through town now, I still wouldn't pay to go see them. I would hang out if they were at a bar, but
okay, I think I found this song.
Do you have the lyrics?
No, not at all. But I just want you guys to hear the movements that this song feels like it's justified in going through. It's just ridiculous. There's like a weird house section in the middle of it. Right. But I basically started almost every jazz class trying to write more words to it. So like, the whole jazz band was forced to hear this like every single morning. It was the first class of the day, so I would like get in there and press demo on there.
This is the demo.
The demo song. It was way too good, I feel like, for to be the demo song.
They're just like testing all the different instruments?
Yes, basically.
I love this. This is like news music.
I spent like a whole verse also like just shitting on the piano player because he like messed up playing a blues one time. So like the whole verse was about how he couldn't play the blues. This is the part I was always struggling trying to write lyrics over.
You gotta do like a scat over that.
Would have made more sense. I think we were trying to do like a rap over it. It just sounded fucking terrible because it was a bunch of white guys.
You gotta get Ro Jones on there, bro.
Yeah. We'll call.
Gang man.
Hey, he's on our EP. You're playing bass, I'm playing clarinet, and we got Ro Jones on the
never
fucking
gonna
on
be
the fucking
famous.
box, bro,
God
dude.
damn. I'm gonna lose.
That's
fans.
some legit production right there. That's sick.
Dang, man.
The way you just.
I'm just sweating so much.
It's not hot.
I know. I don't know why I'm sweating so much.
I wonder if he dropped anything else.
That's so long.
That is very long.
But it's not even 2 minutes. It feels so long when you're listening to
Oh,
it.
what I was gonna say is, do you want to add another band? We definitely don't have to do this by December. I was pitching to somebody recently because I sent you those Henri albums.
Yeah.
I want to do an American city pop album.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But to have specifically take the vocal stuff that they do. So like, we're making fun of the fact that like whenever you listen to Japanese songs, they'll throw in like 4 words of English.
Yes, I love that. That's like my favorite part of like every one of the city pop songs. Like one line of a verse will be in fucking English.
Lovely lady tonight, just like something. And I want to do that with Japanese. So I want to write an English city pop album, but then always have like 1 or 2 things where I'm just like, Nani udekimasu. Just like, I feel like what the fuck
love
is
that idea.
So I think we should do that. But you are way better at electronic production than I am.
Not really. I don't know. We can maybe do it. That'd be awesome.
I mean, I was thinking I've listened to your music.
Like, I don't know if I can make city pop. Though. I wish in my heart of hearts I could make city pop. I would like to. They're all just such good musicians that they make it sound easy, even though it's all cheesy sounding stuff.
I feel like it's easier to do that. I mean, not specifically like you or skill level, but I just mean like I think it's also so much easier to make stuff sound like that now because there's like VSTs or back then. That's like
sure.
$80,000 synthesizer they're using. So I want to play. I was telling this the other day. Eric's keyboard. I guess it's not the original one, but
that keyboard's nice.
It's a Juno, and it's like that's not the original Juno, but the Juno keyboard line is like I think Beat It was on a Juno. Mm-hmm. Like all these old like 80s like synthesizer sounding like keyboards are all Junos, which is kind of crazy.
That has some awesome sounding voices on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the vocal voice on that is crazy to me.
Yeah.
The part where he fucking played Hollywood Swingin' on that one episode.
That was so funny.
It was so funny, but it also just sounded so good to me that I couldn't believe it was happening.
Yeah.
Remember, that episode's not the best episode of Space Pod by any means. Maybe
I enjoyed it a lot.
The worst episode of Space Pod. Maybe objectively the worst.
I don't think anything can get worse than the episode I did in front of a green screen.
No, that episode's not that bad. For what it is, I feel like it could have been way worse.
Maybe.
I think for what that episode was, it should have been way better.
I mean, I don't know.
Marginally. It could have been marginally better.
I threw that on Eric having... This is before Eric was ever even on the podcast.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That was episode, like,
it's like
5.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
That was before he'd been on as a guest. So, I mean, that one's kind of on me. That I just like, hey, Eric, do you want to host it? Because he was after.
But then I got to him and said we should. That was one of my great surprises as a producer.
Well, I remember Solomon texting me in the middle of the podcast. He's like, hey, we're recording a podcast. I was like, yeah. He's like, have fun editing it.
Yeah, well, I did not envy you being in the position to edit it.
Well,
you did better than I thought of them. I thought you would. I didn't think you were going to.
Well, just the amount of times you guys would fuck with me and you'd go, hey, can you pull that up?
I didn't think you were going to do it a single time, though. We just assumed you were not going to waste the time. And then you did, and it was actually funnier than... It actually made the episode funny, which at the time we were just like, this is awful.
Fine. Known especially for being funny, so.
You are?
You did. Your face looked like you did not believe that, Charles.
No. This isn't him. I was looking at who was last week's guest, and I saw Grant, and I don't know why.
That's
Grant. Yeah, I know that. I don't know. I thought that for some reason my first thing was like, there's no way they got Ben's dad to be on the podcast.
Not get Ben's dad, but I
See
love. He's I think his name's actually Grant.
Yeah, it's Grant.
What the hell does that mean?
Like you're Dalton, but I'm saying.
Well, that's part of my name.
He's not a middle Grant.
I don't like the way you talk about my middle name.
Yeah. Sorry.
I guess I can't be that mad about it.
Yeah. I was like, what is this? I was like, I most definitely need to watch this.
I wanted to. There was a
Listen.
period where I thought about just introducing myself by my middle name, but
I don't know what your real name is.
Patrick, which is awesome because, like, first of all, Danny Patrick. That's like the most Irish thing. People are just like, that's disgusting. But but there was a period where I wanted to start telling people to call me Patty. I was like,
that would be awesome.
Patty
McGill.
It would only, yeah, it sounds like a character.
Patty McGill.
But the idea that I would do it, I wanted to do it at a time, because I figured that'd get really annoying. So I wanted to do it, like, at a period in my life where I could abandon it.
Annoying? Oh, no.
No, so like do it for summer camp or something. Show up and they'd be like, "Hey, what's your name?" I'm Patty McGill. And then so when that summer's over, that bit's done, and I never have to deal with it again. But like, I could never just find a good opportunity to like do that. I thought that'd be so funny to just for once.
Maybe you go back to Alabama. I'm Patty now. The city changed.
Yeah, I'll just do it to my new neighbors in the condo. They're like, "Hey, you moving in?" I go, "What's your name?" Patty McGill.
You sound so confident saying to Patty McGill.
Patty McGill.
It's a Porky Pig ass character.
Danny, what's your last name, bro?
What?
What's your last name?
McGill.
Is it actually? Shut up, son. Shut up, son.
It is. Try not to. It's my mother's maiden's name.
Right.
Try not to dox myself. I got some people on the upper echelons of my true family that I don't want to be associated with what I'm doing here.
Right.
Sort of like Solomon's mom. Who, by the way, I don't think wants to be associated with this podcast anyway.
Why would she?
I almost mentioned that on the election night stream, and I went, I probably
I'm
should.
glad you thought better of it. I doubt she wants to.
Especially when that stream went off the rails. I was like, I absolutely don't want to associate anybody with this stream.
When I started fucking just pitching TV shows and having other people call in and pitch TV shows.
Well, it was yeah.
We were already on the pie. I think we were at that point. We were just in the fucking waiting room.
Everybody was in the waiting room because for some reason I couldn't get somebody in the regular chat, so I joined them in the waiting room, and then everybody saw us in the waiting room and joined in and started having a separate conversation.
It was kind of awesome though.
Yeah, it was like.
That guy doesn't like good content.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I guess.
That's why I have you on every week.
Yeah.
Because I like shitty content instead.
It's true. But it gets made.
It does get made. And you're producing it.
That's right, I'm producing it. I'm pretty proud of the shit I produce.
Yeah.
Danny, I'm almost speaking into existence right now.
Alright.
Me and you, at some point in our lives, we're gonna go to Germany together.
I'm down to do it like anytime.
Yeah, anytime. I don't ask me why I want to go to Germany. Recently, I've been looking at shit, and I was like, that seems like a cool place to go.
I think I'm supposed to be going. This is a weird side story, but I guess I'll tell it. My dad. So in Italy, they sell homes for $1.
Okay.
What does that mean? What do you mean? When
Yeah,
you say
that's
that?
actually something.
Okay, so like, look.
We have to pledge allegiance to the government of Italy
Yeah,
for like 10
it's
years or
$1
something.
and a quarter blood. There are like old homes that are like antique, like falling down homes in certain parts of Italy, and like they've had really bad.
Oh, it's like no one's living there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same thing in Japan. They do that too. They give away like homes for like almost fucking free, and they're just because no one's there because everybody's leaving the countryside and going to the city.
Yeah, so same thing happened, and a lot of people are just leaving Italy because like parts of Italy have like awful economic problems.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my dad renovates houses.
Okay.
As like a side hustle kind of thing.
Right.
And so he was like, read about it once like 4 years ago. He's like, dude, we gotta do this. And I was like, all right. And so I speak a little Italian, like enough to get
around, yeah.
And so I was like, well, if you want to go over there, we can go over there. And then basically what happened was when Trump won the election, he was like, I'm ready to get out of here. And I was like, all right. And so now Joe Biden won, so I bet he's gonna put it off. But he was like, next summer, let's do it. Let's go. Let's just buy a place and like fix it up. So anyway, so next summer if I'm over there, I'll hop a quick flight to Germany and meet me over there.
Big bet.
I don't want to fucking meet you in Italy. I just want to go to Italy.
Yeah, it's like our own version of the trip.
It will be like the trip.
And I'll be Steve Coogan.
The trip?
But not Alan Partridge.
That's fire. He doesn't really
Cheers,
like.
people.
He's sick of Alan Partridge in the church. That's the whole thing, is that he's sick of people associating with Alan Partridge. Rob Bryan's.
Are they the same person?
I mean, that's what he feels like.
Yeah.
It's the struggle of the trip.
I want to get this shack in Italy and fix it up. So, but then what I want to do is like, when I go to LA, I want to be like, oh yeah, I've got a house in Italy.
Oh my god.
and it's like a house smaller than this. It's like, oh, I got a house in Sicily, in Palermo.
So you have a villa or villa?
Yeah, villa, I guess.
That was a
Yeah,
small little villa.
In Italian.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's I have a tortilla. But just be like, oh yeah, I've got a summer house in Italy, and then they're like, oh wow, we'd love to have you to use that for connections, and then one day they're gonna ask me to go to my Italian summer home, and it's so fucking like townhouse, and they're like,
Just
oh,
a
this
lot.
sucks.
Well,
It's just like
it's a mound of dirt. What?
Yeah,
They paid me for it.
the mound of dirt. It's a real 9-inch nail situation.
I don't even know enough of a 9-inch nails to get that joke.
Does it hurt?
Oh, I mean, I don't even remember that line from that.
Crown of thorns in this pile of dirt.
I can only think of I want to fuck you like an animal. Unfortunately.
I can't believe Johnny Cash said that.
It would be crazy if you did a cover of that song.
No.
Closer. That would be awesome.
Closed out his career, that's for sure.
That's true.
Anyway, yeah, we'll go to Germany.
Cool.
I've been to Germany once. It was nice. And Austria's super nice.
Kind of done with America, man.
Dude,
Not
fucking
with saying the country itself, like, oh, I need to leave, but
No,
it's just exploring it.
I was kind of this is so selfish. I didn't want Trump to win. The silver lining was, if Trump wins, I literally am going to be moving to Italy, so that's kind of cool. I was super excited. I was like, well, I guess that's the silver lining. All this sounds like, don't even have to pretend to care about my career anymore. I'm just ditching the fucking country. Fuck this. And now I guess I have to move to LA and try to be a filmmaker, I guess.
I don't want to move to LA.
Would you move to LA if we got rating jobs on TV?
Who would hire us?
What about if I got...
There has to be a serious mistake if we both got hired.
What about if I got a show and I hired you guys to rate it?
Oh yeah, I mean I'd show up then. 'Cause then you're my boss again, and I just get to show up and be like, Danny, you're an idiot.
Now, what about if I got superpower? I'm going like, great, you can't fucking refer to me now.
Well,
I was thinking about if I staffed a writing room, who I would hire. I don't know why I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, there's so many good writers who just don't get hired for stuff. Because I was thinking about did we talk about the Aquabat Super Show?
we've talked about Aquabat Super Show.
Just how insane that writer's room was.
Oh no, we never talked about the writers' room.
The writer's room for the Aquabat Super Show is, clearly the Aquabats, but also Mega 64,
Weird.
the guys who made Homestar Runner,
Crazy.
and Dallas McLaughlin. I don't know if you know him. He's a stand-up comedian. But so it was just like people kind of grabbed from the internet, and then
crazy.
and like no traditional writers. I was like, this is kind of nuts, but that show's really funny as a result. It's like super bizarre, kind of like it's like more adult-esque. It's still like a kid show, more adult-esque though. Yo Gabba Gabba, where you watch it and you're
Yeah,
like,
I've seen episodes of it.
yeah, you just watch it and you're like, who the fuck came up with this? And then you're the Homestar Runner guy wrote it. That kind of makes sense. It's really weird. So I think that's like what I'd want to do is be like, yeah, I'll hire Grant and Solomon, and then also hire like I just lost it. The Mr. Boop guy.
Mr. Boop?
Mr. Boop.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hire fucking Mr. Boop. That'd be crazy.
And then I'll hire you guys and like Mr. Boop.
Is Mr. Boop getting picked before Eric?
Well, I have a feeling. Can't be honest. I think Eric would never write for me.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Like Eric would be like, I don't want to write. I'll write my own thing, and then if you want to put it on a TV show, you can.
That would be classic Eric.
That's what he did with Windledorf. He said, you should do a PS2 review show. And I was like, I don't want to do that. He's like, all right, I'll make my own PS2 review show and you put it on a channel.
He proceeded to make one episode of PS2. But none of them are PS2 reviews.
I guess one of them.
Only one of them is actually fucking reviewing a PS2
game. But
that's why we're gonna have him. If he just was sticking to what he said he wanted to do, there would be more episodes of it.
yeah, but I kind of like the fact that
I know. I love
never
that.
stuck
I
to
love
it.
that it's not that.
feel like he's texted that it wouldn't be Eric.
I don't know if he will do it, but I did tell him it'd be funny if Wendell-Dorf performed at Shrimp Fiesta and just did that song again.
That'd be great.
Live.
I would love that.
But I don't know if he's gonna do that. He's already doing so many different sets for that.
Mm. He used to tell me about he's talking about how much she's practicing for that. I'm like, that's kind of crazy.
That's wild. I didn't.
Because he was saying she's like, do you realize how much I have to learn? And I was like, that is a lot. Because he was telling me, he's like, so it's like, Feck, you guys, and then also Big Shot Lounge, and then also.
What we talked about for Big Shot Lounge, I think we're just gonna play the backing tracks and just do live vocals because I want us to have a fake lip sync scandal.
Oh, you just said. But then also Noel Newbley.
Yeah, Noel Newbley is
now Crab Stacks.
Yeah, but Crab Stacks he doesn't even have to fucking prepare for. Crab Stacks is just gonna be literally he already told me it's just going to be us making noise while he yells.
Right.
It's just gonna be me on guitar, Justin on drums, and just noise.
Okay. I mean, that's what he was. But let's just say when he said he did, I was like, that is a lot.
Yeah, no, he's doing more than I am for sure. I can't.
When is the date?
We don't know. I don't want to set a date until I have everything actually figured out. Plus, I need to set the garage up and move the drums out there and stuff. And there's just so I really need to do. So what's keeping it from happening is I have a really big mixing board that I need to just set up and figure out how to use that.
Oh yeah.
And once we can do that, once I just sit down and really do that, and plus Hark was saying he was messing around with our friend's mixing board and that shit doesn't even work unless you have software plugged in. So now I'm worried ours isn't gonna work because it's pre-Sonus. And I'm worried it's not gonna work as a standalone mixer. That we're gonna need to have some fucking shitty pre-Sonus software that doesn't even I don't know.
Well, it's a standalone.
I don't know if it's standalone or not. My dad just gave it to me because he never uses it.
I don't know.
What I just wanted to do is run all the things in there and then run it out, just mix it all on the board and then run it out to my interface as a mono track.
That's kind of what that's what I did when we just did.
That's what I wanted to do.
We did Cassidy's thing.
Mm-hmm.
Was we ran it all out to an XLR into my camera.
That's what I want to do, but I just don't know. He just said he was having trouble. I don't know if it was also pre-Sonus or just a different mixer like that.
But there are some where you have to have it hooked up to a computer, and then
This
there's
is awesome.
Was it? Yeah.
I know. It's that we're now talking about.
I was gonna say I definitely had one where it was standalone.
Mm-hmm.
That was an Emerson. But there are some that I've also had where I had to be hooked up to a computer. It just depends.
Yeah, I hope it's not one where you hook up to a computer. But I gotta get a FireWire to even.
Why do you need FireWire?
I need just to see if I can even hook it up to my computer and see if it's compatible or not. It might not be.
You have to bring it to school. All the Macs in the corner have FireWire.
I'd have to. We'll see.
Or take one of those home.
Shh.
No, it's not. You're not required to stay here, by the way. If you
I'm chilling, bro.
Okay.
You don't think Big B's gonna hear that? You don't think Big B subscribes?
I only got 2 subscribers today on Patreon, which apparently one of them I paid for, which I don't remember this or believe it. There's no way that's true.
Wait. When they subscribe to the Patreon?
Or sorry, to Twitch. He said that I bought it for him. I don't think I did, and here's why. Because I don't know how to do that. He said I gifted him the subscription. I don't know how to do that. I've never done it, so
That's puzzling.
unless my thought was at first, did you do it? Because you were logged in.
I was actually logged in, but I wouldn't. How would I know that? I didn't even know that I was logged in as GeekSpace until I accidentally commented on JP's stream as GeekSpace, and I was like, I should log out. I don't know why I'm still even.
I was like, so I don't. I think that he bought one and is just trying to throw it off himself.
Look,
which is very nice.
The man is an enigma sometimes.
What'd you play? What'd you play?
We played Sonic Adventure today.
Oh yeah.
We finished Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, we
finished it.
We finished both Sonic Adventures now, and I think next week we're gonna play Kirby 64.
Okay.
So if you got a game you want to come stream, bro, I'm here.
That I want to stream.
Yeah, you got a game where you go, man, everybody else needs to play this, or watch me play it.
Oh, I could have sworn.
Gotta play Live to Live sometime. I need to track down a ROM of that with English.
Yes, a cartridge.
Yeah, I'm gonna track down a fucking cartridge.
Nintendo's listening.
They didn't even fucking release that shit in the US. I gotta find a fan translation.
I think the best. This is such a random thing to think
4
of.
hour stream, Jesus.
It's long.
Dude, yeah, it's probably like 3 hours every week minimum.
We just stream until the podcast starts, and then we start the podcast.
Yeah, and whenever Grant gets home work, we just.
And then we fucking sit here and record like 3 more fucking hours for the after show.
5 hours there.
We've done 2 different 5-hour after shows, which is that we should be fucking arrested for that. Honestly. That's fucked up.
Yeah. So the thing is, I always feel like I don't ever put out any content. I go, no, I put out 10 hours a week of really lazy content.
True. I'm content king.
If I put 10 hours into something that was fucking good, then I'd be fucking famous by now.
You gotta make the shitty stuff first.
I gotta make the shitty stuff more.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So you guys, game you want to stream, Charles?
I can't think of any. Like the only games that I play like consistently is Overwatch, and you don't want to play that with me.
I don't want to.
He doesn't even play the Sonic ones. He just watches.
Yeah, that's
like,
true. I gave up on trying to play through the Sonic Adventure levels. I played one level, and I was like, I'm not doing this again.
You didn't even do it. At first, you just said, I'm not playing it. And I had to like leave the room one time, and he had to take over, and he played it.
Yeah, you did the same way.
And
You did
it
it.
happened
So
today.
why don't you play the games?
No. Well, that's different because it's a single player game.
Yeah.
I'll play multiplayer games with people, but I also am. You don't want to play Overwatch with me. That's the problem. I'm fucking bad, and we're on a team.
I can deal with people being bad because they haven't played the
you
game.
can say that now.
No. Like, I get very upset, not when the team is just bad. I get upset when people aren't trying.
Might be me.
I get
That's why I
very,
couldn't play.
but only in like comp, because I play comp a lot, and like,
And despite only playing 2 matches of Overwatch ever, I did write a whole video about the Overwatch scoring system that is very good.
really,
Yeah. I wrote about how we should design the perfect fantasy Overwatch league.
okay.
And
When's it coming out?
and Grant can tell you, the end is just me throwing numbers out there.
Right.
It is the most dense, ostensibly comedy bit of all time.
Yeah.
It's the most mathematical I've ever heard of fucking
That was
comedy bit.
but that was what I was gonna say earlier about the box thing. That's another one where I just want to start throwing numbers out there and like act as if I know what. I mean, I did know what those numbers meant. I actually did the math on those, but just throw a bunch of numbers out.
Fucking just had a calculator and was doing a bunch of fucking equations and shit.
I
I was like, I
started
could never do this for something that I like ostensibly am doing for fun.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
It's
Math,
just
fun.
so insane. But I want to do one more of those where I go, if I just do a bunch of algorithms on screen as my Vox parody, people will just assume I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I assumed you knew what you were talking about. I watched you do the work, but I mean,
I did know what I was talking about theoretically. I play so little Overwatch, I didn't actually know what I was doing. I was like talking about how like if we designed a sports team like we designed an Overwatch team,
Okay.
everybody gets points for different things. So all right. Here's the whole pitch. There's a fantasy Overwatch website right now,
Right.
and you get points for kills, plus attack damage plus heal damage.
Right.
Or it's healing
Healing,
points.
yeah.
But, and I said that's stupid because ADS players don't really heal, and tanks don't really do either.
Yeah.
So I said you should assign each player to a type, so tanks get points for damage soak, and then
Yeah.
healers get points for damage healed, and then ADS gets points for damage dealt,
Yeah.
and then they also all get points for eliminations, and then extra points for final blows.
Yeah.
But then what I had to do is I had to do all the math to explain the differences between systems. So there's a whole poster board.
You put a lot of effort into this.
Yes, of me designing an Overwatch team. And I go through all the numbers while I talk to the camera as if I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I've never watched Overwatch League.
At all, not a match.
Actually, I guess I've watched one. I watched the first ever match of Philadelphia Fusion.
Okay.
But only one.
Yeah, that shit's different though. That's
See, the
not. They're
thing is-
playing a whole different game over there though.
But when I started watching it, this is how little I knew about Overwatch. They were like, dude, Overwatch League, go play, or go watch, it's great. And I was like, alright. I didn't realize there were objective game modes. I thought everything was deathmatch.
It's like I don't play deathmatch at all. Like the main game mode is objectives.
I thought everything was deathmatch.
Nah, I've played probably deathmatch once.
So that's the thing.
wow.
Because I don't play
Even-
DPS, so I play
Yeah.
tank. So
Even my algorithm, now looking back, makes even less sense because in reality, if you were to, the Aftershow is really great now. If you were to design a better Overwatch
I thought I didn't
League,
know what you were talking about in that other video. I'm
if you were
entirely
to design
lost.
a better Overwatch League, Blizzard doesn't even give points for this on their stat sheets when they release stat sheets for Overwatch League. They only give it for eliminations, heals, soak.
Which sucks.
Which does suck.
It does.
But you should be given objective-based points.
Yeah. The only objective-based points that you can get is time on card or whatever, or objective kills.
So, but they give those in-game.
Yeah.
When you go to the stats lab on Overwatch League, those aren't listed
really
per person.
Okay.
So I was pissed because I filmed this whole video about this, and then I was like watching more Overwatch League afterward because I was going to think about pulling footage, and I was like, oh dude, they should just be adding stuff like time on card, King of the Hill type stuff, like here's your objective stats, because those are way more important really in the terms of the game. You could never kill somebody in a match and still win.
Facts.
And so I was like, well, why the fuck do they even have it designed like this? Anyway, so that's my issue. Blizzard, if you're listening, you can call me at email me at GeekSpaceYT, and I will tell you how to fix your scoring system for a game I never played.
Because it's pretty cancerous right now. It's
what about it?
Oh, the whole medal system, what they do. So like during the game, like you can see like if you have gold, right, of any medal, that means you're doing or like healing the most or doing the most damage, hitting the most kills. You can see that in real time, right?
Yeah.
So immediately, like that's the go-to. It's like, okay, well, like let's say like DPS is lacking or something, right? And the healers are like, "What are you doing, bro?" And he's like, "Oh, it's like, do you even have gold?" Like that's the first question. Like to ask if you have gold damage.
Everybody should buy
right?
this mug.
That's
sick, right?
Where'd you get it?
I made it. That's some of our merch right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The merch that doesn't have my face on it is a whole stuff that looks like that. Basically.
Got you.
I mean, it's logo, so I don't want to. I just don't want to put. I mean, I guess I can put your face on the logo.
I don't want you to face
I
on
did,
it.
actually.
Maybe
Didn't mean to cut you off though.
No, you're good. It's just cancerous. Like half the time, like I just use it to gauge. Like I don't really trip on like having gold damage or gold deep like elims is. I don't really trip on that. I just like let's just say there's a match, right? And we're on like we go through one round and I play tank most of the time, right? Yeah. I play a lot of Ryan just because people don't like another big guy with a hammer being in your face and they panic a lot. So like I can take a lot of space, which that's pretty much what the game is about. Like I need to take this space, then do what I need to do. So then like we'll finish a round, and if we lose, like still lose the round, like even being aggressive, and then like at the end, I'll have gold, and gold is like 2,000 damage. Mm-hmm. I don't have an issue that I have gold. I have an issue that we only did 2,000 damage.
Right.
Because, like, I'm playing Rhine, and gold is 2,000 damage. And we'll have, like, a Widow that's obviously not getting kills, probably. Because, like, obviously I'm not going to press her about damage. Widow doesn't do a lot of damage. She gets kills. Same thing with Mei. She doesn't do a lot of damage. We'll have, like, a Soldier and a Hanzo, and I'm like, can we try to win, guys? Mm-hmm. Like, damn. And then I get mad, and then they're like, "Oh, you just being cancer," and I'm just like, "No, I just want to win." And then I get upset, and then I'm like, "I'm done with Overwatch for 3 weeks."
See, I was never like that because I was also playing in.
Probably just quick play, you know.
Well, no, I was gonna say not about Overwatch, but about Counter Strike. I was really into Counter Strike.
Really?
But the difference is like Counter Strike.
You can carry a lot easier. You think?
Yes, but also it's like the difference is like there's not really objective. I mean, there is objective games. Yeah. Like clearly, it started with like bomb defusal and terrorist stuff.
But for the most part, it's kind of like.
But whenever you're playing, unless you're playing a weird objective tournament, most of it's deathmatch.
Yeah.
Or Slayer basically.
Yeah.
And so when I was playing, I couldn't even get mad at people because I'm like, basically all I can be accountable for is killing somebody, and like outside of that there's no larger objective where I'm like, you guys aren't doing your job.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of focusing on myself.
That's what I like and hate about Overwatch though. You know, I have to rely on someone to heal me. I have to rely on like my DPS to do some damage, and then they don't.
Grant, what game were you hyper competitive in?
I don't play a lot of like competitive games at all.
Really?
Gaming for me is like it's just me usually. I don't like playing anything online.
Dark Souls. And you like the
No, I don't like Dark Souls. I
You
don't
don't
have
like
the
Dark
patience. I don't have
Souls?
the patience for Dark Souls, but I do like roguelike games.
But it's like
I know.
it's oddly satisfying.
I hate Dark Souls.
I just don't.
After dying the 100th time tonight, you just sink
like,
into
this
the
sucks.
place of just.
I would never reach the 100th time. I died.
That's the thing. Yeah, I won't. I don't get that far. Watching that, I understand how people can find that rewarding, but I've been playing a lot of Enter the Gungeon and like Spelunky,
Okay,
so
yeah.
like that'll send me back to the beginning of a level. But like I don't know. I feel like with Dark Souls, I feel like I would just get so like I just like wouldn't even want to keep playing it at a certain point when I lose that many times. With Spelunky, I'm like I don't know. I just know the level is just so fucking hard that. I don't know. I just have a hard time convincing myself to do any of the Souls games, but they look fun. I think at least
I
with
wouldn't go as far
Spelunky
to say it's fun. I wouldn't go that far.
I think with Spelunky and Gungeons, there's just less for me to have to worry about like equipping stuff wise. Like I'm not having to like be in a menu all the time.
Yeah.
I'll die and I'll lose everything, and I'm just like, all right, back at the beginning. I got my whip still. I'm sure it feels rewarding. For sure, once you like beat a level and beat a boss like that.
Once I beat a boss, right after I've dying 50 times,
I'm sure that feels
usually
good.
I wouldn't say it's really a good feeling. It's like
It's like a relief.
there is no like I beat him. It's just
I'm sorry,
fuck. I gotta go to the next boss. That's all that is. There's no joy. There's just pain knowing that there's gonna be a harder boss.
And you like these games.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I can't get in that mindset.
He struggles to say yes.
Just watching them, I feel like I wouldn't have any fun. People like the games they're saying these kind of
Grant
things.
earlier today, I'm such a masochist.
Well, that's Masonic. I mean, I'm fighting with a broken game at that point. I think that's like a well put together game. I just can't. I'll never have the patience to master that. Or like Sekiro. Like I watched that and I'm just like, well, that one at least.
It looks it's a lot smoother and faster.
I've heard my friends who like those games say that there's one you're gonna like.
There's
an entry point. It's that one.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm just like, I don't know, man. It just looks like all of it is like countering stuff, and I'm just not.
Well, that's what Sekiro's about, pairing pretty much. Dark Souls, you don't do that.
I mean, you can. Just running around and dodging shit.
But that roll, once you master it, it's your friend. That's until you run out of stamina.
Gungeon, thankfully, is like all role based, but it's like I don't know, it's just 2D, and I'm not having to like swing the camera around to like see if I can run somewhere. It's like all top down, so like I can see the whole level basically.
Man, I just realized I've like decided at this point I'm so okay with the fact that I'll never be good at video games again. Like I don't have the time to sink in.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Counter-Strike, I have like hundreds of hours in that game to get good, but now I'm like, dude, I don't want to do that again. Like, I don't want to play a game where it beats you into submission before you finally get to experience joy. I'm like, I just want to have fun. I just want to start with the fun.
That's why I like Sonic.
Yeah.
You go fast.
I
know exactly what I'm doing.
In Sonic, you start with the fun, then it
works.
works.
It's fucking terrible as you have to like do more platforming.
I'm gonna show up. We're gonna scream Bayonetta, bro.
Dude, I would love that.
Bayonetta's fucking.
I love Devil May Cry and shit like that.
Yeah.
I've had Bayonetta, but I haven't.
No, it's hack and slash. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Platinum games, fun.
Just feel good. Speed the shit out of people.
Yeah.
I didn't love Devil May Cry,
Heroes.
but I like the first Bayonetta.
I think all Devil May Cries get better as they go on.
I've never played any
I
Devil May
had,
Cries.
It's weird going back and playing the first one now just because it feels so...
I want to play them. Like, I was looking at them, like, on PC, and I was like, oh, I can play them now. And I was just like... I have 285 games. Of those 285
yeah, it's the worst when you're
games,
looking at like a Steam library or your PlayStation
I've played
library.
maybe 50 of them.
That's the word, but they're always on sale. You feel like you gotta get them when they're on sale.
But this is where, now do you understand where I go? I play 5 minutes of something, I go, nah, fuck this.
I know how, I get that with games. I think with movies, maybe sometimes I'm just like, I gotta sit through more of this at least. Or I don't know. I usually want to try and give it a bit more.
I give it up.
It's depressing. Like, I went home, like, I'm gonna play a game.
You want to be played? Give me more. They don't really care. I already bought it.
With games, I get that. With games, I totally get that. I think with movies and TV shows, I feel like I'll give them the benefit of a doubt more often.
So they don't care, though, because they already bought it.
That's true, yeah.
Who cares if they play it?
Video games. I wish they felt the same. Like, they're still fun, but, like, it's not like... I don't know, maybe I have responsibility
now. You're the first
now.
person, though, recently I know who's played, like, a single game. I guess Jay plays Smash mostly, but, like that plays a single game. Like I feel like all I ever play is new games. I never like stick with one for too long.
Oh well, like that's just really the go-to. Like you said, like I'm playing Kingdom Hearts right now, and I'm playing. Well, I'm forever playing Dark Souls 3. That's just like I'll play it and I have to take 3 months off.
Yes.
That's just what the game is.
Cool.
Yeah, like
Put
it's
on top of that.
Overwatch is for sure the go-to, and I just get in and I'm like, okay, let's play.
That's like the matches. Though you can get in a match. Like there's a built-in time basically.
Yeah.
Like I get people playing it. Like that's like how I feel with Spelunky. It's not like with Dark Souls where like I'm sinking forever trying to get through a level. Spelunky, like I know I'm gonna die by the end of this. There's no way I'm fucking making it to the end of this. So like I'll give myself like 3 deaths all the way through, and I'm like, all right, I gotta just put it away, keep walking.
Go do it, man.
I mean, that's fair. I definitely. I don't know. I'm like because there's so many games now. I feel like I have to be super judicious about what I play.
It's too many. Like I don't know. It seems like things were simpler when I was younger. Like
well, that's because you could only afford like one game.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like all digital. You
and
had
it
to
wasn't,
go out and get
you
a
had to
fucking
go to the
copy. It's the same with movies and stuff now too. There's just so many fucking options.
So many.
So I have to be so judicious about it because I'll like as soon as something sort of bothers me, I don't want to fight. I'll just go. Well, I got so many other things to do, and just like push it away.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck it. I mean,
like, all these fucking games. Like I'm happy. Like I like launches. I mean, there's certain games I want to play like on the PS5, but like I want to play Spider-Man. I'm not really in a rush to play it though.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to play games that are short and we'll watch movies that are short.
There we go.
I don't want to do it long anymore.
Like the games, like they're like, oh, people want the game to be so much longer, and I'm like, yeah, I can appreciate a large open world.
Yeah.
But like 7-hour experience.
That's what I want. Yeah, I want the short shit.
Yeah, people who say like, yeah, I mean it's like I pay $60 for Final Fantasy and then $60 for Spider-Man. One's so much longer than the others. And I'm like,
yeah.
And like on a logical level, I'm like, sure, I guess I understand what you're saying, but like the difference is like I don't like playing. At hour 7, I'm done enjoying Final Fantasy. I don't want to.
And how many times are they gonna go back and replay that game?
Whereas like Spider-Man, I'll pay more for it because I'll probably enjoy the whole time.
Yeah.
So fuck it.
I don't know if you played the DLC for Spider-Man, but that shit sucked. I wish I hadn't fucking bought the DLC for the first.
Oh, I got the Ultimate Edition. That's the only reason I had it.
I wanted there to be more like super villains, and it was all literally more like gangster stuff, which is fine. I was just like, I wanted there to be some. I mean, Scorpion was in that game, right? Was he in the first? He
was one of the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
It was.
Give me that shit.
Yeah.
I liked Spider-Man though. Spider-Man was awesome. I didn't like the game itself. I'm sure the new one's cool, but I was like, part of me is like, how much could they have really added? In this
I mean, it's just Miles
Miles. You're just playing as Miles now. It's just basically like kind of like DLC, kind of.
No, it's like a whole extra game. It's like a new game.
Yeah, but like how much could they have really added?
I mean, it's Spider-Man. It's like Spider-Man 1.5.
Okay.
Like a little bit more than like DLC.
Mm.
It's kind of like you played The Witcher.
No, I didn't play The Witcher.
Okay, well, like I was. It's kind of like Blood and Wine.
Yeah,
like Blood and Wine was like almost an entire, like it bring you to an entirely new setting.
That's crazy because I know the first. I mean, I know the base game itself is fucking huge.
I mean, there's a reason everybody.
I know there's certain outlets wanted to do Blood and Wine. They wanted to make it Game of the Year because it added so much.
It's so good.
That's crazy.
It's such like honestly like such a good DLC. Like I was like, God damn, they're charging like fucking $20 for this shit. Like they could honestly, they could have made that shit a whole new game.
See, this thing that was like my favorite game I played in the last like new game I guess in the last like 5 years was like Metro Exodus because that game was just long enough that when I started to get tired of it,
it ended. It was like, all right.
It was the whole game was maybe 15 hours. I was
like,
this is feeling kind of long. Oh, that's the end credits. Cool.
Yeah. It's nice. Like you just certain times. All these games, man. So much time to dedicate to them. All I have is these fucking 100-hour plus games.
I gotta put out 10 hours of shitty content a week. I can't have time for playing video games.
I feel like the older I get, the less I care about a story in a game. Like I just literally want the mechanics to be fun. Like I remember when I was younger, I used to fucking love when a game had a good story, but now I'm just like, I don't even want to watch this cutscene. Man. I just want to fucking get to the next fucking
it just depends.
level.
Because like I think I really care. Well, okay.
That being said, I played all of Death Stranding, so I clearly will set aside that kind of thing for other games. But like most of the time, I was like, I don't care about the story anymore.
If it's like if there is a game that is really fun, it doesn't have to have a story. Clearly, I put a ton of hours into Tony Hawk. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
But if a game is so, like or like I think it's good but not great. A good story will keep me from turning it off.
That's how I felt about Horizon Zero Dawn. Not that it had a good story, just that it was a so-so game, and I was already like, I don't give a shit about anything that's happening in this story right now.
Right.
I don't think I could skip most of those cutscenes because I feel like I remember watching way too many of them.
That's literally how I felt about when I was playing Mass Effect. Is like, well, I guess I kind of care enough to go through
those though, like you have to like almost be paying attention because they're that's the first game. But in the second one, there's like moments where there's like quick time events in the cutscenes that you sometimes have to do.
Well, I mean, this thing, I feel like all the story games I like don't even involve cutscenes. At the exception of, like, I guess, like, Star Wars Knights of the Republic has cutscenes, but, like, all my favorite ones are, like, Fallout, all the things are, like, conversations will happen.
Yeah.
But it's not like they zoom out and it's like, here's your character walking down the hallway. It's all just, like, stuff that's happening to you as you're doing stuff, or, like, Metro's like that. Half-Life is like that. It's like, it doesn't take you out to show you a cutscene and then go back in. It doesn't interrupt the flow of the gameplay, which is stuff that I prefer.
Yeah.
So I can just quickly slam through it if I want to. I don't want to watch it, just like whatever.
Well, just like with Fallout too, like I feel like I just read. Sometimes I just read the stuff so much quicker than they're fucking talking. So like I won't even look through everything.
Did you like Fallout 4?
It's okay. That's why it's honestly.
I wanted to ask that, but I was worried I'm going to be here for like another hour if we start talking about Fallout 4 versus Fallout 3.
I was just going to say, that's the reason I didn't. That was one of the main reasons I didn't like it, was because they added voice acting.
I hated that. Yeah, I really didn't.
Same thing. I was like,
well, they just fucking nerfed the whole they nerfed the whole conversation system by doing that.
Yeah,
because, like
way less options.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that you really like different perks. Opened up different dialogue branches in like New Vegas and stuff. I was less than 3. I feel like New Vegas is where I really started.
Had a decent amount.
It had a decent amount, but New Vegas is the one where I'm like, nearly every perk opens up like a new dialogue.
Also, New Vegas is the one where they had, and I was, to be honest, I prefer 3 a little bit, mostly just because of the setting. I think it's more interesting, but New Vegas did have stuff where you also get different dialogue trees based on like who you're aligned with, and stuff like that. That's cool. But
I find that whole alignment thing a lot cooler than the just cut and dry, like good and bad sides of the 3. But I like 3 a lot. 3's the one that I had to like go back and play that one before I played New Vegas, because like I like New Vegas, even though it's great when you're like replaying it, but that first tutorial area kind of sucked. Yeah, like it doesn't really teach you how to play that game at all. Like you need 3 to literally baby you through the entire opening. I feel like if you've never played a game like that, like when I first got my Xbox 360, I never played I never played any of the Elder Scrolls or anything.
Yeah, but I just don't. I don't like that they added voice acting, because that made the story so much more monotonous that I just sit here and listen to this guy talk. I was like, I just want to read it. It'd take me 5 seconds.
Well, then it's just not even clear what you're saying sometimes.
That's true.
That's those annoying parts. It'll have like one word. I know Mass Effect. Yeah, Mass Effect's bad about that, because like you'll think he's gonna say one thing,
and
then he says something completely
different. I'm like, what the fuck?
He'll be like, "How are you?" And then you'll hit it, and he'll be like, "What the fuck is up?" And I'm like, "That's not what I was saying."
That's not the vibe I was going for. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm conflicted. I do like Fallout 4 because I think it at least improved like all the combat and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, not that was ever really the point of Fallout in the first place, but I do appreciate that they made like all the combat stuff way more fun to play.
Only last thing, I don't like they made that slow motion instead of stopping. That bothers me.
It bothers me, but at the same time, I get it just because like they're trying to make the combat just more fast paced and like an actual first person shooter. Which
who said they had to do that?
Huh?
Who said they had to do that?
They didn't have to do it, but I just feel like I understand why they did that if they're trying to keep the fights more fast paced and like.
At this point in time, if you are a Fallout fan, by Fallout 4, they're the ones that are gonna go buy Fallout. You're not getting anybody new.
I know, that's right. Well, I think a lot of people. I have a lot of friends who their first one was Fallout 4.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah,
I know it's terrible. They like that one. They love all the base building stuff.
Really?
I know my friends know other people who were like, I wish I didn't like the other ones because they didn't have the base building stuff, and I hate the base building
I never
stuff.
did that.
Actually, my roommate decided that. His first Fallout game was 4.
Huh.
Because I think they put so much more marketing into it than the first 2.
And I think it's more accessible than the other 2.
Yeah.
If you haven't played a game like that before, like I get why that one. I don't know.
1 and 2 are completely inaccessible.
Well, yes, I know.
I wouldn't trade it in Fallout 4 for Naruto Storm 4.
That was a better, more fun game.
It was a lot more fun. I got it. Because, like, I love 3. And I was like, New Vegas is great. I like 3 more. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it was my first Fallout game.
Mm-hmm.
So, I fucking popped into my Xbox One. I'm sitting there. I was like, I know how this game is going to end. The bad guy is going to be her son. Or his son, whoever you play with. But I'm going to try to keep playing it. I got all the way to meeting Valentine. Went into the vault. And I was like, this it's not fun. I went back to GameStop. I said
I was there fucking the night it came out. I pre-ordered a GameStop. I was like, I can't wait.
This was like the next day because I was like, let me get it, and I was like, this disc is scratched because I knew they weren't gonna give me the full thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was like, oh, it's scratched. Yeah, I was like, I opened it, it was scratched, and I don't know, maybe the guy was just like, okay, whatever.
Well,
so then they gave me store credit, like full $60, and I was like, I can get Storm 4, and it was like, yeah. And I was like, thanks, bro.
Naruto probably has a better story too.
I mean, it was just all of the Naruto put together in
exactly.
one. Honestly, it was probably the best form you could consume Naruto. Like, you miss a lot of the
I've only experienced Naruto through the games, and I'm
like,
totally fine with
it's
that.
it arguably
I think the
could be
games
the
are
best.
awesome. I like Ninja Storm 1 and 2 for PS2 a ton. And whatever one I had I don't remember which one I had for PS3, but I liked maybe Ultimate Ninja something.
That's how I feel about later DBZ and Budokai.
Oh, I
feel
love
like
They're probably the best way to
Budokai
watch,
Tenkaichi?
like, yeah.
Tenkaichi is the one that's sort of different. It's like more precise.
Maybe.
Budokai is the one where it's just 2D, like slapping each other.
Oh yeah.
I never could get
Tenkaichi's
into
like
Dragon
3D
Ball.
behind the.
Yeah. That's So that one's already flying around and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first Budokai game. I mean, Tenkaichis are also good, but the first Budokai games are just honestly sort of terrible, which is why I love them.
Oh yeah.
They're just like a 2.5D fighter.
Did you guys ever play Fighters? Dragon Ball Z Fighters?
I never played
Fighters
it.
Z. Wait. No. I'm thinking. I
That's
played
the-
Fighter Z. I'm not crazy with that one, but Xenoverse is the one that I meant
Xenoverse
to
is
say.
crazy.
I wish I liked that game. I really hate the gameplay of that so much.
Well, they had another one that was also
I know they made a second one.
so we played Xenoverse a little bit, and that game just isn't. It's not a fun game.
No.
The concept is so funny.
I like the concept of it.
Yeah.
I hate Shinobi Striker. Y'all played that shit?
No.
Oh,
What
wait,
a
yeah.
So I fucking hate it so much. When I saw it, I was like, okay, this could be cool. It's like you get to make your own ninjas. The same, it's Xenoverse, but Naruto, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that at all. It like you make your character and you fight in these battles. I was like, y'all could have. I thought they were gonna have like an original story or some shit, like where you go
It's
in.
the same with Xenoverse. Like you literally just go and replay the same exact
fight.
fights.
You just fight other people, and I was like, this isn't
That
fun.
sucks.
And I mean, I never bought it, so I wasn't mad, but I was very disappointed.
Xenoverse, I just bought it, and I just feel like it's just like such a watered down version of like Tenkaichi. Like it's just like they're mapping like combo attacks to like single buttons, and it just sucked.
Bandai Namco made Xenoverse too, huh?
I think so.
Man, that makes sense. That's what they do for
The
Naruto.
new one
It's just for,
Is great. It's called. I think it's literally. I'm gonna say great. I mean like awful. It's called like.
Kakarot?
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like a more RPG one.
Yeah, but it's so like have you like seen the concept of it is like you are playing through the DBZ story as Goku, but not really. You are somebody else who is in Goku's body, and Goku is a ghost who is talking to you, being like,
What?
"We should do this thing." At least that's how it was explained to me, and I was like,
That is insane.
"Why don't you just play as Goku?" Also, why do we need to do that again? How many times do you retell the same fucking?
Literally every.
First
what do
four arcs.
you want me to tell? What story? I mean, isn't Dragon Ball still going on? Didn't
They did Super. I think Super might.
Super's happening.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, it's always the first 4 or 5 arcs.
Yeah, they never even get to. They always skip GT because basically, I think everyone just fucking hates GT, right?
GT's just not canon anymore.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's like the alternate universe story.
I thought the little. I'm not. I didn't.
I'm not super versed in.
I never even watched like Dragon Ball. I tried.
Side note, I like GT.
I thought it was.
More than I
Is
like
that
Super.
that's like the where he has like the calf like monkey form or whatever? That's what
Yeah,
GT.
yeah.
Yeah,
That shit
that's
looks
Super
cool
Saiyan-
as fuck.
Super Saiyan 4, right?
That shit looked cool. I was like, oh, that shit looks cool. I was like, what is that? It was like, oh, that's GT. Everybody hates that. And I was like, but he looks so cool. Like, back then, he just got longer blonde hair. That's weird.
I actually really like. I like Dragon Ball. Like
The
without.
first one.
Dragon Ball is probably good. It probably is
Because
good.
it's before shit just gets like everything is like Super Saiyan blah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
not all
like
power levels.
yeah,
Goku's just a
it's
boy and
honestly
shit.
super funny. Like it's just like it's more of a comedy and like all the it's you're gonna hate this comparison maybe or maybe you like it. They'll sell you on watching Dragon Ball. It's like a
gonna sit down and
Ghibli
watch so
film
many episodes.
where it's like all of it reminds me of Porco Rosso where all of the villains are kind of goofballs and they're like so it's not like high stakes like I'm gonna destroy the world. It's like they're just like I'm gonna steal stuff from you and go
That sounds awesome.
I gotta get it back.
I wanted to watch Dragon Ball. It's just that so many episodes. I just don't want to watch.
The first wasn't that long. I think 40 episodes.
It's too many episodes for me.
Maybe
I need that whole show to be 40
I
episodes.
actually remember.
I need it to be 40 episodes total, and then maybe I'll consider it.
That's what I'm saying.
I need the whole show to be 40
He's
episodes.
saying like he's talking about like Z and everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, don't even watch it.
Oh wait, only Dragon Ball itself is only 40 episodes?
I have to
don't know about
fact
this.
check it, but
I'll check. I'll check.
But I feel like it's not that long. I feel like it's less than 100 for sure. But like that's what I'm saying. I seriously think that they like cut it and went straight to Z because the manga there's no difference in name. The
Yeah, same thing with Naruto.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's just Naruto. Or
yeah, exactly.
there's no jump.
no Shippuden or-
there's no. It's just.
So, but when they did the show,
There's
they did
153 episodes of Dragon Ball.
That's just like
Dragon
you
Ball.
got
The
that.
first series 153.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
You got that, bro. That could be
Maybe
your
I-
series.
That's too long.
That could be the one.
100 episodes too long.
Look, I've been watching Hunter x Hunter for a year at this point.
I know.
I'm on episode 60.
I can't end up watching shows that are this long. I gotta watch the short
the
ones.
first 40 episodes and stop.
That's what I did with Hunter x Hunter. I watched like fucking 40 episodes, binged it, and then I was like, I think I'll take a break. And then 6 months went by, and then I picked it up again.
I don't
and
have
I'm
the
on
same-
I
61.
did that actually with you, actually.
Yeah.
I don't have the self-control to just put a show down like that. I feel like
Oh,
I'm starting a show. I feel
It
like
was, you
compelled
stop
to
at
watch the whole
arcs. You
thing.
stop at arcs.
That
Because
makes sense.
it's shown in anime.
That makes sense, but
It's shown in anime. It's so easy to stop. They
I
make
know.
it so convenient. Oh, you can stop here. You can pick up right where you left
you're
off.
making a very convincing point. But when I
Yeah.
get down to like trying to pick something to watch, am I really gonna start the 150 show commitment, or am I gonna start the one that's
No, I
like
understand why you don't.
12 episodes?
That's why you just don't commit.
That's why I know exactly.
That's true. It's the same thing. Like I would never watch Detective Conan. Like I'm happy I watched Naruto, Bleach, like Fairy Tail. All that shit was the first fucking shows I watched. I couldn't.
If I had watched those first, I think maybe I would have more patience for it.
See,
But
Oh
like,
no
the fact that I
You lose the
start-
patience. You lose it.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Is though you say I'm not gonna commit, so I just won't watch it. My thing is, I'll just watch it. I'll just stop whenever I want.
Yeah. And then I'll watch it for like 4 years. And I'm like, okay, I'm done
Yeah,
now.
but I finish an arc and I'll be like, this next arc sucks. I'm gonna skip it. And if I skip it, it doesn't get any better. I'm done with the show. Anyway, go home.
All right. Usually, I don't have time to keep going on about this.
Yeah, you text me more Fallout 4 thoughts as you.
Well, we gotta have just, I think, a whole discussion. Have we not had like a discussion about Fallout? Then we absolutely need to spend a whole.
moratorium on Fallout 4.
I would love to have a full episode just about Fallout.
All right.
It doesn't have to be a Fallout 4, we just talk about the Fallout 3 in New Vegas. What would be like?
All right.
And then we can have a whole fucking. We just refuse to talk about Fallout 4. We didn't acknowledge it.
You can watch me play Fallout 1.
I got my fucking shitty ass Pringles that everyone hated.
Oh yeah.
Hey, don't forget the Bio-Lizard jars.
Oh,
Bio Lizard.
take care of this tonight. I'll send you those pictures.
Nice. Adios.
Peace. It was nice to see you again, Charles. Are you coming out too?
Yeah, I'm about to come on, man.
Alright.
Looking forward to the Bayonetta stream. That's
Yeah.
definitely happening.
All right, well,
Look,
come
I'm
over
down.
with your copy of
I
Bayonetta,
have
bro.
a PS4.
With my Bayonetta, I'll have to bring my whole PC.
I don't.
You just download it on my PC.
Oh, I could do that.
Yes.
It does work like that.
Yeah.
That's
You do like a borrow thing. You do the Steam where you just like loan game to friend.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an option. You can just like let them borrow a
Really?
file from.
I have a Wii U also, so we could play Bayonetta 2 at some point also.
It is on Switch now.
Is it on Steam now? I just remember
No,
it was
Switch. I think they're
It's on
doing
Switch.
they're
Oh,
doing
one-
like
okay,
a
okay, that's
collection.
good. I was worried.
one, and you get both of them.
I was so worried that was gonna be one of those games that got like locked to being a console exclusive and like never would get ported and something. So I'm glad.
Bayonetta 3 is gonna be
Damn,
Switch.
Bayonetta 3?
It's gonna be a Switch exclusive.
That's
They
crazy.
announced it last
That's crazy.
E3, and then
Nintendo's paying
they
for
didn't
it.
say a thing after. They've been quiet ever since.
Well, that
Everyone's like,
makes
"Hey, what was going on?" They're like, "We're making it,"
Well,
and then it went silent again. I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Bayonetta 3. They fixed their hair that everybody hated in the second one.
She has crazy hair. It's part of her body. Her,
Well,
actually, her whole suit is
They
hair.
made it short. They made it short. And then-
Oh.
yeah, in the second one, they made it like very short. And people's like, "Why should you do that? It needs the crazy. It needs the whole like body movement."